Bro, listen, I wasn't lying. There was a lot of traffic. I just got home and I was like, I want to take a
Can
shower.
I tell you how many
Shower,
fucking podcasts I've sat through in my own fucking sweat because I couldn't be any later than I already was?
Well,
And
guess what? I'm not doing that.
And you probably took your time in the shower too. You probably didn't even fucking rush.
No, it was a
yeah,
6
you
minute
definitely didn't
shower.
rush. That's not rushing.
Myself fast.
Guy, he's 300 pounds. How's he gonna rush? He's like, you only go one speed. It's just on. It's just like...
I'm over here. I can smell.
There's
myself.
Like fast when you're 300 pounds.
Seth, you could definitely smell yourself because after you get done with morning cardio, you're like a wet mop.
Look like my face is still all red from the functional workout I just did. I can still feel the
I don't know how you do those
beta
workouts.
alanine in my face.
I know that workout's so crazy, man.
They are they're fun, but not really. They keep me in shape. I need to stay in shape.
Can I ask what the basis of that was? Where you're like, one day you're like, I'm gonna make this fucking intense workout and kill myself.
I needed to. If I don't I had to transition from bodybuilding because I just like to do wild shit in bodybuilding, and I'm like, I can't say CrossFit. If I say CrossFit, like, oh,
you'll get murdered.
CrossFit, and like the people in CrossFit don't like me because I don't do it the right way, which is weird. So I just do my own thing.
The fact that you do pull-ups like that, my shoulders just cringe watching you do pull-ups like that.
Oh yeah, they don't feel good.
So you have bad shoulders.
This one gives me shit, but like they're not horrible, but they're not great. You know what I mean?
Like my doctor said the next time I got to get cut open, he's like, you're gonna have to have partial replacements. That's how bad mine are.
Dude, I heard they just saw like your shit off.
They like cut it off and like screw it a new one on and fucking just put it back together. Yeah.
I heard it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Guy, how are your shoulders now?
Because the lighter I've gotten. So I'm about I fluctuate between 195 and like 203. Like that's where I fluctuate. That weight, my shoulders don't really bother me. Like in the gym, they'll give me shit at some points. But when I was like 220, 230, 240, walking around, my shoulders were throbbing.
I didn't like it because like if I sleep on them.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Whenever I get problems, like if I sleep on my shit.
And I'm a side sleeper.
Me too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about why how did all four of us even end up on this fucking
I don't know who organized this.
I have no idea. Well, so let's circle back around. So we all can attest that we all can't stand Trigili. So we'll all start there. So we all agree that
No.
I don't expect you guys to like me anyway.
He is like you do. Like I mean, you are aging so gracefully, Nick. Like look at this
a lot of Botox,
leathery looking face, and look at you.
A lot of Botox, Seth.
Is it really?
I go every 3 months. Every 3 months I go.
Regimen. That's what I want. Look how clean your teeth.
I spend $2,500 every 3 months on my face.
Do you
really?
What?
Yeah.
Why?
160 units of Botox in my face.
Are you fucking serious?
I swear to God.
What, is that why you look like a fucking ceramic doll?
He does look great. Look at him. Look at this fucking thing. This is kids and stress.
Bro, this is Seth, see this?
I can't even move my forehead. Look.
Seth, see this? See all this?
Once I get the hair.
Hold on, Seth.
The hair, I look like Michael Hearn. We look beautiful.
Guy, how was that hair procedure?
Seth, I got hair transplants 12 days ago.
Did you?
Bro, it was from 8 a.m. in the chair until 6 p.m. at night. You want to talk? I'm going to show you.
What's worse, tattoo or your hair?
Oh, your hair. It's not even close.
Really?
It's that bad? I thought they numbed you up.
They numb you up, but bro, look, hold on. Seth, this is me walking to the bathroom.
Oh my God.
You didn't show me that. That's blood?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think you look good bald.
I might just stay bald.
Yeah.
I gotta pull everyone out, right?
So they gave you the new hairline there?
So, well, they just kind of followed my, because so my hairline obviously used to be like here, so they just put it like a normal like 40-year-old man's hairline should be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, apparently, so things that I didn't know is that the back of your head is the reason why everybody still has hair on the back of their head is because those follicles block DHT. So they take the follicles from the back of your hair and they put them in the spots where you're starting to bald. And those hairs, per what I was told, are guaranteed to stay in.
Really?
Because they're blocking the DHT. They're follicles that block DHT, so they shouldn't fall out.
The follicle, the little ball comes out with it. The little white ball comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then what happens is, so the hair that I actually have now will actually fall out because what it's doing is it'll shed and it's implanting like another seed underneath. So these are the follicles, but what happens is they'll put like one follicle could have like 2 hairs or 3 hairs. So even though you got like 2,100 follicles, it could be like a total of 3,500 hairs because like some follicles could be double and triple. But it was a fucking, I went to Red Rose Rejuvenation in Hamilton, and he's got a bunch of offices, but yeah, it was. I'm trying to get Trigili to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right after the summer. I'm gonna do it.
Are you?
Yeah, I want to. I don't want to go my whole life bald at this point. I've already been bald for like 5 years. It sucks. It's like I look fine now, but I know when I get to like 50 and I get messy, it's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get messy. You look good the way you are. Like you're good with like the.
I know, but I don't want to be bold.
Coming from the guy with a full head of hair, Nick.
Yeah, how'd you not lose your hair?
So there's certain side effects that never happened to. Like I never got the zits, and I
never got that. I never got
acne,
and then I never lost the hair. Like this has been my hairline forever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I never lost.
I just realized you have your hair.
Yeah, nothing. Never went anywhere. But
he's like me. Always has a hat on.
Yeah, I think.
And you wear a hat, you asshole. Show it off.
Show the locks.
That's fucking wild, bro. How much hair you got?
I just want to have a head of hair when I get older, so I look classy. Like I don't want to look like an old man with a bald head walking around all day.
Well, if I was 50 or 55, I wouldn't have cared to be bald. But I just turned 40.
That's when I do care, because like you don't have a body anymore at that age. You gotta have hair.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that, but I'm saying, well, what I'm saying is that if I started to bald at 55. I would care less than if I started.
Oh, no, if I bald at 55, no, I wouldn't give a fuck. But I've already been bald since like 28. So like 7 years pretty much already.
No, I started balding at 38. Like bad. Is when like I
you lasted a long time.
Yeah, 38.
Really? So
why did I lose mine so fucking early?
Seth, how old are you?
Dude.
38.
Yeah, I'm 41.
Oh, so Seth's losing it right now then, pretty much.
Yeah,
Seth's gonna be bald next podcast.
I'm in the clear. I think I'm in the clear though.
Seth, how peeled are you? Your face is all sunken in. You're doing your transformations, aren't you?
No, I'm done with it. I just don't eat a whole lot. I just don't do I just don't eat a lot of food anymore. Like I eat
what's not a lot of food?
Yeah, Guy doesn't eat a lot of food.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot at all.
No, I wake up. I do my cardio fasted, and then I probably eat. I eat like 35 grams of protein for breakfast with probably like 45 grams of carbs. And then I don't eat again until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then I will eat again at 4. And that'll be something light, like maybe another piece of chicken and 30 grams of carbs. And then
you already surpassed Guy's diet.
What's that?
You already surpassed Guy's diet.
Yeah, but this is what I don't understand. Guy eats like that. And Guy looks like this and Seth looks like that. So I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if I got to move the fucking PA and throw sandbags over my shoulders. But
so I'm like, I'm like I was like 209 this morning. So I'm not that heavy.
I'm only 10 pounds over you.
I know. I think like whenever people, maybe I just look different on camera, because whenever I get with people in person, like then they're like, man, like you, I don't know. There's some people that are fucking like 6'1" that they're tall. They make me look like a midget. So it's not like I'm a massive person. I don't know if it's just the illusion or. I don't know.
Seth, you're big. So what? Let's circle back around.
Still very muscular.
Seth's huge.
Yeah.
Seth, you're jacked, bro.
Seth is too humbled to fucking just be like, yeah, I'm fucking jacked. Fuck all you.
Well, I mean,
are you chewing a fucking? It looks like you're chewing a fucking a fucking butter stick.
Oh, it's a vape.
So let me circle back around. So Nick Trigili, I've known since he was an amateur bodybuilder. So we did a podcast, me and the Mutant, because there's two Nicks on here, and then we were talking about who to have on, and then it's confusing sometimes. So, but Seth, now, what people don't know, and Seth can attest to this, on two different occasions, I have asked Seth. Me and Seth have talked about doing a podcast together. A few years ago, and then
I didn't know that.
Yep, and then recently, when Nick was signed with Hostile, me and Seth had a long conversation, and we were potentially talking about doing a podcast together. So it's funny how this all circled back around. But Seth won his pro debut, which was my second pro show ever, in the Dallas Europa in 2010. That was your pro debut, and you won that show, and I took fourth, I think. Yeah. And then
were you guys friends?
You know what? There's footage of me oiling. I'll let Seth talk. Go ahead. Because I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna say right now. So I'm gonna let him talk.
In 2009, at the 2009 Nationals, I'm fucking young, dumb, just full of it. Like, I don't know what's going on. I just want to turn pro. I need to turn pro. I need to get a sponsorship. I'm broke. So we're backstage, and that's actually where I also met Dr. Prisk. Okay. I'm laying backstage, like just in my own zone, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my life and want to win this show. I'm laying next to an orthopedic surgeon who did not tell me he was an orthopedic surgeon that lives in Pittsburgh. And I'm like, we became good friends. And that's how I met Dr. Prisk.
Great guy.
Yeah, awesome guy. Then I'm like in the fucking zone, pumping up backstage, like I'm in it. You know, Honey's telling me, you know, what to eat and everything. I'm walking up, you know, all the dudes are trying to film you for all their.
I have no idea where this is going.
Backstage
rep trope.
Yeah. I'm just.
Rep trope.
They're up close around me, my ass and all this. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm in line to get
Steve Blackman and Muscle Tech fucking cameras.
Adam Silver.
They were all there. So I walk up. I'm in line to get oiled up, and I walk up, and all of a sudden, there's Guy. He's just oiling his hands up, really rough with me, getting me all going. And I'm like, and I look, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, you ready? And I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah. And I'm like looking at him, and he's like, yeah, dude. He looks at me, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him like I familiarized myself with this. I'm like, I don't know who this fucking guy is, but he looks important, and he's trying to pump me up right now, and like, give me this look. And he's like, you don't know who I am. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. And he's like, it's me, Guy. I'm like, Guy. And he's got a full beard, and he's like, I have a beard right now. I'm like, Guy Cisterino. Like, yes. I'm like, he's like, go do a good job. Go win your pro card. I'm like, okay, dude.
So wait, was I putting oil on you because you needed oil?
Yes, I did, dude. Nobody could put oil. I didn't have anybody to put oil on me.
Oh, so you didn't say that? I'm like, that just came out of nowhere, like Batman. It just was like.
That's what I thought at first.
Yeah, he didn't say. See, you leave that out. You made me sound like a weirdo.
I thought Guy just started putting oil on
helping people out. You had the gloves.
Yeah. Oh, you know why? Because I had a buddy, Dominic DiCchio, was competing that year. Because I turned pro in 2008. Yeah. Dominic went to nationals in
2009. Oh, okay.
No, I turned pro in Atlanta, Georgia in 2008. So Dominic DiCchio was my training partner at the time. He went to nationals to compete in the middleweights, and I knew who Seth was from watching MD. I was helping Dominic backstage, and then I turned around and I knew who Seth was because of the videos. And he was there, and he had zero oil on him. Now that he's telling the story, zero oil. So Carla Salati was there from Protein. I said, Carla, give me the fucking oil. And she sprayed it in my hand. I walked up to him, and I said, yo. And he turned around, and I just went, but I just fucking started putting oil on him.
So you basically did do that then.
Yeah. He was fucking throwing oil on me, and I'm like, oh, I had no clue.
But I thought he knew who I was, and he was like looking at me like I was some like some like gay for pay guy like trying to fucking caress him.
I would have died laughing to see that in person.
That was there's all the footage online of that show backstage.
I sent you that video, Seth.
You have
not a long time ago. Remember, it was like maybe a year ago. I sent you a video of me oiling you up. If you go back to the text messages, it's definitely there.
I'll be on YouTube somewhere. It has to be. Everything's on YouTube.
So
there was no backstage crews back then. That's why
everyone was back there for Protan, and that was it. I thought I was in line for her, but I didn't know how it all worked.
Nick, Nick doesn't know about any of this stuff because when he was coming up, it was all different.
Oh yeah,
dude, backstage, Nick, back in the day. How many camera crews were back there at those national level shows? It was like a fucking news crew, Nick.
But it was like the old cameras, Nick, were like on your shoulders. With the eyepiece, you had to look through the fucking eye.
It was wild. Like I remember going to a certain
remember those blue curtains? Those blue curtains at nationals? Those blue curtains.
God, dude. You had to pose in front of that thing in your underwear.
What's back there?
Probably fucking nothing.
You had to hit the pose after you weighed in. Remember that weird check-in thing they did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I remember at Hani, whenever I was at nationals, he told me, he's like, after you weigh in, don't do anything. Just come right back here. I'm like, but everybody's going over there. He's like, don't fucking go over there. I'm like, okay.
They post those photos like right away. Yeah.
Yeah, I posed. I took my clothes off. I hit the scale, and then after that, I hit a quick shot for MD and then walked away because Juani's like, over here.
Wait a second. I just fucking had a fucking, what's it called? An epiphany?
Yeah.
Bro, I also, in fucking Canada, you had some crazy tan on that made your skin go wild that I fucking ripped off you.
Yep.
And re-tanned you when I was competing in the same fucking show, except you were open and I was 212. I re-tanned you in the fucking back. Yep. Am I losing my mind, or did that that happen too?
Yeah, it was at Toronto because Jantana changed their fucking oil, and I have super sensitive skin. Like dude, if you look at my shower, I have like 3 different things I use for my skin, something I use for my face because I have such sensitive skin. So like whenever I was there, I remember it was like melting off of me.
Oh no.
That's one of the reasons that at Toronto I fell apart was Jantana changed their entire their oil base, and I ended up like starting to my skin, all of it looked like it was peeling off.
Yeah. Is that when they put that thick stuff on people? That it was almost like a gel.
Yes. Yes, it was like glue.
Mentally melted at that show. My skin got all fucked up, and then guys back there just taking towels and just stripping it off of me, wiping me down, and he's re-putting stuff on, and it's not helping, but he was being nice and helping. And I went out there, look, dude, that show, I walked out like, this is a nightmare that every person has to live. Like you're going out on stage naked.
Really, that's really a nightmare. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember that. You were
this guy looked at me and he's like, dude, you look like shit. I was like, thanks, dude. I know. Oh, it was horrible.
You guys friends then?
We knew each other.
We've always been like me. So Seth is the one guy that I get compared to the most, that I've never done anything with, that I've always talked about doing something with, but never have.
What, personality-wise you're talking about?
Yeah, like, because we're into the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
and
that's true.
people
That's
always compare our personalities.
Oh,
like people always say, like, you got to do something with Seth. You got to do a hunting video with Seth. You got to do a podcast with Seth.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
It's the Italian.
Yeah.
I just got this fucking nose.
I got the not put 2 and 2 together like that? I didn't think about all that. You guys are pretty fucking similar.
The beard, the fucking redneck shit, the tractors, the fucking chopping wood, the hunting, it's
short. You're both short.
Well, Seth, you're what, 5'7"?
5'6".
I'm 5'5.5", so I'm right there.
Half inch of dude matters.
Short as fuck.
So Nick, I got the mutant. I don't know how are we going to distinguish this. What am I?
So I call Nick Trigili. I call
me
him
BS. Just call me full shit, like or something.
No, I just call you. I call him Trigili. I say Trigili and Nick.
Trigili. But
I call him
Nick
Trigili.
Walker. Like, dude, how are you staying so lean right now? That's the question. Like, you just did your guest.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
I was looking at the videos and watching. I'm like, how are you that lean right now?
I'm eating a lot of food. I'm just not eating a lot of shit, you know.
No, you don't?
No, but when I do eat a lot of shit, I go all in and eat a lot of shit. But I also, the way my diet's structured, I'm not eating like a shit ton of like, you know, fats and carbs and whatnot. So it's pretty moderate throughout the week. And then when I go out to eat, I'm able to just kind of not structure, not hold back.
Can I give my BS report on that? Like, what's going on?
What kind of podcast am I running here? What is this? A fucking vape tournament? Fucking hitting his fucking vape pen. What is this? A hookah fucking lounge?
I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because of what we talked about before. But I was going to say something and I stopped.
Well, if that's the case, and I'm just going to send this to you, and you're going to have to edit it yourself. And I'm just not going to trust you at all.
I think the reason Nick is staying lean too now is he's back with Matt. I think Matt's got shit under control. That's what I personally think too.
Yeah.
But wait, hold on. Since Nick's been a pro, I've never seen Nick really not be, regardless of who he's coached.
I mean, he got heavy last year, not fat.
Yeah, but he's never been fat. Pounds. Like but he's been 300 pounds with abs is not fat to me.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh? You're 300 pounds now?
No, God, no.
No.
Was 267 this morning.
Like last year, I was talking about like he got the 300, I think, right? Yeah, you hit 300 last year.
My highest weight last year was 305.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Really?
You're one of the most impressive, like in person. Like when I've seen Ronnie at his biggest. I mean, that was impressive. But like as far as like right now physiques in person, like when you see Nick in person, it's like nobody compares to how he looks. He literally looks like the movie The Hulk. Like that's how big he looks. That big to like regular human beings. I mean,
I remember before you turned pro.
Yeah.
I remember sharing stories of you, shoulder pressing 405 and just pumping you up and being like, this is going to be the next specimen of bodybuilding. I was like, pay the fuck attention.
Seth, how many phone calls do we have about Nick and how crazy he looked over the years? Like,
dude,
bro.
Well, I mean, I even remember, dude, I'm like you have to play into being the mutant. You have to play into being the freak. Like go into guest posing because like, dude, I remember being a fan and just wanting to see the craziest things. And right now, the whole mainstream aspect of physique guys and the classic physique guys. But dude, when you go to a show, you want to see the guest posers. Yeah. You want to see the people that are doing some incredible shit. And I'm like, that's Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, but you know what? There's not a lot of guest posers at shows anymore, which is weird because when I was an amateur, that was besides friends being in a show, that was the main draw for me for going to shows.
Oh yeah,
me too. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like Jim does it right. When Jim does the Pittsburgh Pro, he brings the whole fucking shebang out and fucking hits everybody with the guest posing, which is awesome. But like most promoters, they'll either find a local guy, but like I would like to see people start bringing back the fucking like top guys and getting them on stage and guest posing
up in Canada. What was that?
That was great. Yeah, that was great. That was
fun. That was really fun.
Yeah,
that was Dorian's first year for that show, right?
Yes, that's his first show.
Yeah, great for Dorian and HD Muscle. That was awesome.
Well, I think that doing it like that's kind of like COVID fucked some stuff up, but now that people are traveling and now that people are putting shows on again like it, I hope it drags more because that show got a ton of press. It's all over the internet right now.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Quentin looked fucking how crazy was Quentin in person?
Quentin's big, man. Quentin's big.
He still needs a back and hamstrings though. They're coming up though, but he's tall as fuck. He's like he's got to be 6'2".
I know Matt's giving him a lot of cheat meals. He has a cheat meal every training day.
No way.
God bless.
This motherfucker, the whole pie of pizza in front of me.
Oh wow.
So here's a question.
I'm over here eating my chicken and rice, and he comes, "Hey, do you mind if I eat with you?" I'm like,
on the floor.
And he's got this big ass thing of pizza. I'm like, "Sure, bud, sit down."
Why not?
Fuck, I wish.
So when you do a cheat meal, does he distinguish between a cheat meal and a refeed meal? Are those different?
Well, yeah, in off season, I mean, we're just gonna call them cheat meals, right? Because there's no like, we're not prep. But I eat whatever I want.
Oh, okay.
When I like normally
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, I'm known as the Cheesecake Factory guy, so that's normally what it is.
Are there videos out of you having a cheat meal? Like, what would you consider that?
What?
When you said you fucking sit down and eat. So what do you sit down and eat at the Cheesecake Factory?
Well, I normally eat countless amounts of brown bread. I can't even tell you.
Bread is so good.
Why do you got to be racist to the bread?
Because I don't like the white one.
Racist fuck.
But then I usually get a Caesar salad just because I like Caesar salad, and their Caesar salad's really good.
Big fan of Caesar salad.
I love Caesar salads, yeah.
Normally get about 2 to 3 appetizers.
Name them.
Yeah, what do you get?
Seth almost jumped into the camera.
I'm so excited. I love knowing, like, dude, come on. This is a specimen of a person. So, like,
Maria turned me on to the wings they have there, which are
the really wings good. Are good. Yeah.
I like avocado rolls. And
those are good too. Yeah.
Last time we went, we tried their quesadilla, which was really, really good. And then I usually get
Trigili's not in his head. He hasn't had a carb in 3 years. Stop nodding your head.
I know.
Stop nodding your head.
I have carbs, all right? Just not many.
All right, so moving on to the entree.
For the first meal.
100 grams of rice?
Mine?
Oh, no, Nick.
Oh, it's not even that much.
I was waiting for no. So Nick, finish. Go ahead. So the avocado rolls.
I get the bacon burger with fries, and then for dessert they have this strawberry shortcake thing, which I demolish the majority of the whole thing because Maria takes maybe 1 bite or 2.
The red velvet cheesecake's the best.
There was another one that you started eating.
But I really just love ice cream. I want an ice cream kick right now.
Let me tell you. Hold on. So I posted on the Senapani Circles. If you guys like ice cream, those the Ben and Jerry's came out with the things called Topped.
Yeah, they're
topped. So the Topped, and I'm not like a huge mint chocolate chip type of guy, but like I like it, but it's not my dude. Their Topped thick mint is one of the best fucking ice creams I've ever fucking had. It was fucking
What awesome. Does that mean, topped? What is that?
It's coated. So when you take the top off, it's got chocolate and like all shit like hardened on top, and then you like dig into it.
Stop.
Yeah. Really good.
As Ben and Jerry's.
What?
What's your go-to then, Nick? What's your go-to ice cream?
Oh shit, babe, what's that place called we go to now?
Sorry, not sorry.
So there's this place in Vegas called Sorry Not Sorry.
Use promo code Mutant.
So Mutant for 10% off. No, I'm kidding. But this ice cream is the best. I think they take like shit, like cookies,
soft serve
shit, and mix it in the ice cream.
Oh.
So almost like Cold Stone.
Cold Stone, yeah, I was gonna say Cold Stone.
What'd you say? Cold Stone. What did you say? What did you call it?
Cold Stone is shit. It's shit.
Cold Stone, isn't it?
Yeah. What did you call it? You called it something else.
No, I said Cold Stone.
I thought you said Cold Serve or something.
No.
But what's the flavors? What's the flavors? The go-to flavors, or you switch it up?
I switch it up, man.
You love to get like cookie swirl.
Yeah, I usually get cookie swirl.
Like cookie dough stuff?
Yeah. They got strawberry cheesecake.
Oh,
double stuffed Oreo.
Speaking of cookies,
what?
Walked out of fucking Starbucks the other day. The little girls got me. The little girls got me with the fucking Girl Scout cookie. Fuck.
Yo, the Girl Scout.
All of them.
Listen,
they were just here like last week.
I mean, I was like, give me 5 boxes of Samoas. I started off like that. Those are my fucking. I'm a cookie guy. over ice cream. Over
those are
Yes,
horrible.
God, yes, but cookies and ice cream is the best.
I like potato chips and ice cream.
Did anybody catch what Seth? Did anybody catch what Seth said?
No, what do you say?
No.
They're horrible. The macros on the Samoas are horrible.
Oh, the macros are horrible on the Samoas.
Dude, you eat 2 cookies and they're like 35 grams of fat, fucking 70 carbohydrates.
Dude, I don't look at. I've never looked at the back because I sit down and the box is gone, so it don't matter what the fucking macros say.
Horrible.
That's hilarious.
So cookies are my thing. Like if I go to an Italian bakery, I'll get like the rainbow cookies, the lace cookies, the pinoli nut cookies,
Dude, no,
the amaretto cookies. Like I can fucking smash cookies.
Cookies
and my cookie dealer cookies, Juan and Karen. I don't know if you guys have ever had them. Fucking off the fucking chain.
Yeah, those are ridiculous.
They're insane.
You like those rainbow cookies? Those ugly fucking things?
Those are don't you
Sprinkles?
First of all, don't you goddamn
Like
disrespect.
don't you fucking
wait, are you talking about Italian rainbow cookies? Are you talking about Italian rainbow cookies?
The layer one?
The layered ones with the chocolate on the top and the bottom?
No.
What are you talking? Hold on. Let's do this. So hold on.
Talking about the sprinkle cookies with the rainbow sprinkles?
Hold on.
I can't. I'm so excited. I picked a fight with Guy. This is awesome.
Is this what you've been trying to do the whole fucking time, Seth?
God, do you know what you're doing over there?
No. So I share my screen. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time. Here we go.
You got to go to your Internet Explorer.
Shut up. I'm here.
Oh, no.
No, type in Google.
I got it.
And then rainbow cookies.
Yeah, those are the best cookies ever on the planet. Especially when you get like
no, those aren't what I'm talking about.
This is what I'm. What are you talking?
I don't know.
Fucking kill someone for one of those.
Yeah,
those are pretty.
These are fucking off the chain. What are you? What were you referring to?
I don't know.
You're talking about like a sprinkle cookie.
Wait, are you talking just like a butter cookie with sprinkles on it?
No.
What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, tell me what to look up. Sprinkle cookies.
Rainbow sprinkles.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, everybody watching this is going to be Googling fucking cookies.
Damn it.
Let's see if this comes up, Seth.
Are you guys more of a sweet person or a salty person?
Sweet.
I'm a salty guy.
I like salted caramel. That's sweet and salty. Seth, what are we looking at here? Help me out.
Sweet and salty. Oh my God, they all look good.
No, those look good. I like sprinkles.
So but you said those sprinkles. You better not like these.
No, I don't know.
Oh, those are good too. Those have the gel what's inside?
The jelly in the middle.
Jelly? Yeah,
it's like a little surprise.
I'm a big jelly guy. Big fan of jelly.
Oh yes, I love jelly.
Chocolate covered pretzels are amazing.
I'm a jelly guy. What flavor?
I'm a strawberry guy.
Strawberry, yes.
I love
here. Go ahead.
All strawberry jellies and jams.
Yes.
I'm a big blackberry jelly guy, like from the farmers markets.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Apple butter.
You big apple butter guy.
Apple butter, pumpkin butter.
It's making me fucking hungry.
I like
you fat fuck.
Man, so Hannah gives me a ton of shit because I will spoon peanut butter and jelly together.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like remember Goober.
She's like, you are fucking disgusting.
You put your peanut butter spoon in the jelly container?
Yes.
It's mine.
I do the same thing.
Mine. I'm eating it. It's nobody else's.
It's mine.
I claim all my peanut butter and jelly in the house. They get their own. I have mine.
It's mine.
So one time that thing's gonna look like a mess. It probably looks like a horrible disaster.
But you know Smucker's has the Goober, it's called, right? Goober?
Yeah, it's the mix.
It's the mix.
I don't do that because I like my natural peanut butter.
Me too.
And then I like my natural
that shit ain't natural.
So I don't eat peanut butter that much anymore, and it's only, and this might be complete bullshit. Jay Cutler told me years ago that almond butter is more nutritious for you and you don't get much out of peanuts, so eat almond butter instead. So I just always eat almond butter instead.
Heard that
Jay Cutler told you and you did it. Yeah.
And I did it. Yeah.
Jay Cutler said fish thins your skin.
Well, I've actually, I heard fish digest faster than anything, so it makes you like harder and leaner.
There's just no fat in it. There's just no fat in it compared to chicken. I mean, it's just zero fat.
But Jay would tell me that to gain weight, what he used to do would make
PB&Js.
Yep, with almond butter in between his meals.
I just like peanut butter. I just like it. I can't.
Jelly
wait, hold on. So for me, if I'm gonna get like cookies or Pop-Tarts, I'm going fruit. Gum, I don't chew mint gum. If I'm gonna chew gum, it's fruit. Like I'm all the way fruit. I don't want anything to do with mint. So like what is your, like, if you're gonna go Pop-Tarts, like people are like, oh, the brown sugar cinnamon. I'm like, those are gross.
Strawberry
is my first go on Pop-Tarts.
I like grape jelly. You don't like grape?
No.
I like grape jelly.
No, you guys are missing the point. I'm saying, like,
what's your point?
If you were gonna get don't answer, but like Boston cream or like a fruit-filled donut versus a brown sugar Pop-Tart or a fruit-filled Pop-Tart or like a peach cobbler over a chocolate cake. Like, I'm doing all the fruit.
I'll pick your chocolate cake over peach cobbler.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm always going the fruit option. I'll never go the sweet chocolate.
Pick peach cobbler over chocolate cake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's just end this conversation with donuts right now. Krispy Kreme will shit on anything out there. I mean,
okay, kid, you want to hear something? I've never had a fucking hot Krispy Kreme donut in my life.
You have to go there when the oven lights on, the hot lights on, and get a hot Krispy Kreme donut. Or you need like a dozen.
Can I ask you a question? Can we take a step back real quick?
Why?
Because Nick Trigili is all on this like health kick, right? And
he's like,
he's like flexing in the mirror, showing his abs off. Like, look at my veins. Take fucking
Nick
old.
Is
hold on. Take old.
Like, you guys are like, look at.
Wait, hold on.
I don't have an eating.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You don't even know where I'm going. Wait, hold on. You don't even know where I'm going yet.
Bright red. Nick's over here like shredded.
Notice how Seth says nothing, and he's like, guys over here with fake hair. But Nick's sitting here, fucking take old school lab pre-workout. It's the best. I formulated this. Use code fucking Nick BS. And he's sitting here and he's smoking a fucking vape pen.
Oh yeah, I smoke on my podcast too. If you actually watch it,
like,
he does.
Smoking around the fucking thing. I don't give a fuck.
But that's so unhealthy.
Is it though? It's better than cigarettes.
You can get popcorn lung from that. It's called.
I used to smoke cigarettes, so I'd rather do this.
I smoked
You used to smoke cigarettes. Oh shit!
Nick was a fucking clubbing party and
I lived in the clubs like 4 days a week.
Seth was too. Seth told me about his college days. I remember.
That's whenever I used to.
But my college days ended in 30 years old. So it's like
mine ended when I was 22.
I remember this.
If you didn't have a kid, you never would have wised up. You would have been like me, probably.
Oh, I'd be dead. For sure.
True story. At the BSN booth, 2013 or 14, sitting next to Dallas McCarver. And I'm going, we're talking, he's like all amped up, and I'm like, Dallas, listen to me. I go, don't be one of these fucking idiots that comes to the Arnold and goes to the fucking clubs and gets fucking all fucking jacked up. I go, don't be like fucking, don't be like Nick Trigili. I'm like, because he's going to go fucking to the club, bouncing around like a fucking jack in the box. He's like, nah, you're right, man. I'm not going to do that. This fucking mic, I'm going to throw out the window. The next day, he comes over to the BSN booth. He's like this. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, nothing. I go, what'd you do last night? He's like, nothing. I go, really? I go, because I already know you were out with Trigili last night. And he was fucking hurting. He was fucking hurting so bad.
Those expos were such a bad place for me to be.
Why? What was so bad about the expo?
Because I came together with all the fucking massive drug addicts that were my friends, and then we all like went out together. It was a horrible idea.
Yeah, but
every year for like 15 years straight, I did that.
who were the goer outers back then?
I don't want to say too many names, but Antoine obviously was one of them. Antoine's openly talked about that.
He looked insane, by the way, Nick. How did he look at guest posing?
Oh, he looked really good.
Crazy.
I mean, he looked good in the photos in the video.
Crazy.
It looks really good.
Frank McGrath used to come out with us a lot. Frank was partying a lot. And then Jose Raymond would always like come out somewhere. He would like
Jose would just get drunk and get funny and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
You were just like tagging along somewhere. I mean, dude, it was like a crew of people. I mean, it was nuts.
You never saw me out.
You never came out anywhere. Like you never.
Man.
I mean, PJ was out always with us. I mean, dude, there's a laundry list of people. I mean, it's pretty like the whole fucking.
I'm going to tell you why. I didn't try weed till I was 30 years old.
I honestly have a real question for you though. After you say this,
okay, and the reason is because my dad, when I was young, told me at a stoplight at a jug handle going to my house. I don't know how it came. He caught me chewing tobacco. I was in fucking high school. And he almost cut my lip, my bottom lip off with a buck pocket knife. And he goes, we were talking about that. And he goes, if I ever catch you, your brother, your sister ever doing drugs, he goes, I will go to jail for murdering my kid before I let my child become a drug addict. He goes, so remember that if you're ever going to do something stupid.
How old are you?
So I was like 14, 15 when he told me that. And I didn't try weed until I was 30. And Seth doesn't know this story. My dad didn't know I smoked weed until 2 years ago when he got sent to the emergency room from my house by eating a fucking edible that I made. Oh, Seth, you didn't hear about that?
That was hilarious, bro.
Awesome.
I mean, it wasn't funny for your dad.
Seth,
funny.
I'll give you the quick version. 2020, first year going to the Olympia, not on the bodybuilding. I'm sorry, 2021. It was my first year retired, going to the Olympia. I made a fucking huge batch of Rice Krispie treats loaded with fucking weed, to take with me because I was gone for a week. You look like you almost fucking coughed that one up. Good job.
I can't vape. I'm about to crack up and just hear the story.
So I leave to go to the Olympia and I fucking forget the edibles. And they were in a baking tray. And I call my mother and I'm like, hey, Mom, I made edibles. They're in the baking tray. I'm like, don't eat them. I go, and if Dad comes over to watch the dogs, make sure you tell him to not fucking touch them. I said, because they're fucking loaded with weed. So the Olympia ends and I go from Orlando to Boca to film for Blackstone Labs because I had shoots to do and shit. So I'm getting ready to go to the gym and my buddy who's a cop in the area, Rob, one of my closest friends, he calls me and I'm like, yo, and he goes, hey, bud. And I was like, what's going on? And he said, I'm at your house. And he goes, I'm with your father and he's not doing good. And dude, Seth, let me tell you something. I've had a gun held right to my face. I've been in many fights. I've been in bad situations. I've been jumped. I've never not known what to do until that moment. I fucking panicked. So because the weed didn't resonate with me when I got that phone call. So he's telling me that he called the squad, ambulance is on the way. And then he's like, I'll call you when they get there. He's like, I don't know what's wrong. He can't keep his eyes open. He's like sitting in the chair in the kitchen table, but he's falling out of it. Like he's stumbling his words. So then he calls me back and he's like, he goes, listen, he goes, they just checked him for a stroke. Bro, I'm fucking in tears, looking at flights, about to jump in my rental car to come home. And he was like, he wants to go to Morristown. He doesn't want to go to this hospital because your aunt works at this hospital. So they take him to another hospital. So I call my brother. I call my mom. They fucking go to, my mom's like, relax. She's like, go to the gym. We'll call you when we get to the emergency room. We'll let you know what's going on. So I'm like getting ready for the gym. I go to the gym. I was training back in biceps. I'll never forget it. I was at Busybody in Boca Raton, Florida. Seth, which I'm sure you've been at because you were with Prime Nutrition at one point. I'm sure you trained at that gym. Nick, you too, both of you.
Yep.
And not the prissy one, the hardcore one. There's two.
Yeah.
And I trained back and I started doing biceps and I was doing preloaded Cambred fucking bicep curls. And I did like 6 reps and I fucking threw the barbell down and I went, son of a bitch. And I called my mom and she picks up the phone and she's like, hello. And I'm like, hey, Ma. I said, are you with Dad? And she's like, yeah. I said, can you do me a favor? Ask him what he had to eat today. And she goes, hun, what did you have to eat today? And I could hear him. And he's like, I had breakfast and something for lunch. And I was like he sounded like he was dying. And I go, Mom, I said it just like this. I go, ask him, because I'm in the gym. I go, if he ate one of the fucking Rice Krispie treats that were in the fucking container that I told you to not fucking let him have. And she goes, we have the same name. She goes, Gaetano, did you eat one of your son's Rice Krispie treats that were in the container? And I hear him clear as day. He goes, I had 2 this afternoon. And I go, good fucking job. I go, he's got about 250 mgs of THC in his system. I go, your husband is high as fuck. That's why he's in the ER, Mom. I said, good fucking job. Bro, Seth, he was lit up from Sunday night. I got home Wednesday at 11:30. He still couldn't drive home until Wednesday night. He was at Rocked.
Bro.
Was your dad a drug user or anything?
My dad never smoked weed. I go, well, you know what, Dad? I said, good thing. You did it. You're 67 years old. You did enough weed to last your lifetime.
Yeah,
you don't have to do it ever again. So my dad didn't even know that I smoked weed until that time, because that's how scared I was. Like, he would come over and I'd like hide my bong, put my stuff, spray the house with cologne. At 30, dude, I've been living in my house for 7 years. I'm 40 fucking 1 years old. And I was at the time 38, still acting like I was fucking living at home with my parents. But that to me is also what's missing in the world today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
that fear of parents. There's no parents anymore.
Oh, well,
that was exactly why my problem was. I had no parents growing up. I left when I was 16.
Really?
Yeah, I just did dumb shit.
Downfall.
Seth, how is it with you? I mean, you got 2 beautiful girls. You got a son. I mean, I've always wanted kids. Unfortunately, I don't. Nick, I don't. You obviously, neither one of you guys have kids. Trigili, there might be a floater. There might be a floater out there somewhere we don't know about from your club days.
100%. Yeah.
Parenting's the hardest fucking thing I've ever done. It's so fucking difficult.
Is it?
Yeah, but you had your first kid at 20-something years old. That was
22.
Yeah.
And then, Adeline's, she'll be 16 here. So like, I mean, we're in the thick. We have a 16-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 2, and he'll be 3 here in a couple months. So we got all the spectrum. Oh yeah, dude, it's flying.
Let me tell you something. I have a lot of respect. Seth called me last week and we were talking on the phone, and he was going home to tell his daughter that she's right about her knee.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
huh?
Go ahead. No, you're good.
And I could hear in Seth's, in his voice, he was like, I got to tell my daughter that she can't compete or right.
We thought she tore her ACL. We thought it was just like a slight meniscus tear. So I had gotten the MRI results. Prisk had called me because I'm like, dude, she was probably going to she was going to probably win states. She was going to be 1 or 2 at states and then go to regionals and she was going to probably place top 8 at regionals if she put together a meet. So, I mean, as a level 9 gymnast, there's only 10 levels. Yeah. So her being 15 years old, level 9, and going to place in the top 8 in the region, which is region 7, it's I think 6 states.
That's massive. Yeah.
So she was going to be, top. She's a very good gymnast. And she thought she just had a slight meniscus tear, was going to be I'm going to fucking work this out. I'm going to push through and I'm going to go compete at regionals with a torn meniscus. However, she really couldn't walk well, but there was no big swelling. So I had to go home and tell my kid, tell my child that she had torn her ACL and she's going to have a 6 to 8 month recovery before she's going to be able to do it.
And he was telling me that, and I could hear in his voice that he was torn, that he had to tell his daughter that it's when I have friends that I've known when they didn't have kids, or, you know, Seth, obviously I met you when you had your one daughter, was very young, but to see like my friends grow up and be like good fucking parents to their kids is awesome. Like when you fall, I could hear it in your voice, like,
oh yeah, well,
how much like your daughter meant to you, and how it was tearing you up that you had to tell her.
You don't know how a kid's going to respond, and you'd hate for a kid to go through, like, we're grown men and we go through our problems and our trials and tribulations whenever we don't do well in anything in life, let alone what's going to happen to a 15-year-old that tore her ACL. Is she going to be able to like mentally stay straight? You know, going through puberty and people at school and not doing activities and all these different things. And you're like, just keep your shit together. Don't fall apart. Don't fall into the wrong crowd or the wrong concepts, and stay on the right path. So it's tough, but you know, she's a good kid. Hannah and I talked about it. We have so many good people around us. Like Prisk, whenever it happened, Prisk is like, come in. It's Sunday afternoon. And we went to his office and he's
awesome.
Here. Like, I mean, dude's phenomenal. We have a lot of really great people, so it's going to be okay, but it definitely sucked. It was fucking with me a little bit.
Did she handle it okay? Nick, that son's blasted. Walker, that son's blasted in your phone.
His shoulder in front of
he's like, let me just take a breath.
I'm gonna get super close too.
So that's crazy. You're both fucking retardedly big.
But no, it's fun being a parent. But no, the whole thing with kids too. Like, we're talking about smoking weed. I have a 15-year-old that's like getting into that world, like having a few beers and maybe a seltzer or smoking.
Is she open to you about that stuff yet?
What's that?
She open to you about that stuff?
Oh yeah, her mom, her biological mother was a heroin addict.
I remember.
She knows all those things.
Share that stuff.
So like, you know, she obviously wants to have a seltzer or, you know, do that stuff. But like, she told me that some of her friends hit weed pens and all that, and I'm like, so what do you feel about that?
Right. How's that conversation happen? Is that comfortable with her, or is it like weird?
No, her and I are very open. Her and I were it was her and I.
You went through it all
for about a year and a half.
You guys are like best friends.
Yeah, and you know, the whole thing, the only thing is like she has the boyfriends now, and I don't hear too much about that shit. That's Hannah. And obviously, I don't want that. I just want to cut his fucking dick off. Yeah, fuck him. But no, it's an interesting concept, because whenever we were young, we were fucking partying and wanting to go out and do this, and these kids today are a little different. So we're just feeling it out and seeing how it goes. And I don't know what
it is different.
Yeah. Well, I got a question for Nick and then Seth. Nick, since you're 28, I mean, we're all almost. Trigili, how old are you? 30.
35. I'll be 36.
So I'm 41, 38. When you were in high school, since you're like behind us in that category, like, how was it in high school? Like the kids, because when I was, I mean, this is just how the times changed. Like when I was in high school, I don't remember one gay kid or one lesbian even in my high school.
Oh no, we had a lot of gays and lesbians.
Real? Yeah. What about like when you guys were in high school? Like, was it like that? Like, was that environment? Like, there was
always a lunch table of them.
Yeah. Really? See, a lunch table of them?
I swear to God, it was always a lunch table of them. They always like hung out with each other.
Because and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I have a debate all the time. And the debate is like, I want kids more than anything. Like, I would love to have children.
Really?
I absolutely, bro. I went to school. I'm a history teacher. Like, I went to school to be a history teacher.
Oh, I forgot you were a teacher.
Like, yeah, dude, like
you went to school to be a history teacher?
Yeah, dude, I want to be a history teacher. Yeah, bro.
You're the history teacher that coaches football. That's who you are.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a history 100%. Teacher.
Yeah, motherfucking exactly. Kids and making them do up downs until they puke. That's
you don't want to. You can still do it though if you want. You could still do it if you want.
You know what? I get to speak. I speak around. I've spoken at the University of Michigan. I've spoken in schools in Connecticut, schools in Texas. So I get to do like motivational speaking to kids, and I get to teach them, but on more like a life level than a history level. It just, the whole thing about history saddens me, because there's things in the history books that are never going to be there anymore. Their history is going to be rewritten from all this crazy shit that we're going through. But
that's a good point.
My question is, I always told myself I wanted kids, but now I preface with, if I didn't have a kid now, I don't think I'd be as upset as I would have been if it was 10 years ago, because I think raising a kid now with all this woke culture is very, it's got to be very difficult. And especially with like the way the things they teach in school now, it's just, it's got to be like, my hat's off to you, because I don't know if I would be able to do it. I really don't.
It's absolute utter fucking shit. Hannah and I started a homeschool program at gymnastics because of it. Like we have about 300 plus kids that come through the gymnastics doors every week. So we talk to all the parents, and there's 100 and some girls on the team. So, I mean, on the team, the kids are there almost every single day.
Yeah.
So, and we have kids from like 6 or 7 school districts in our area. And it's just, some are worse than others. However, it is wild because you're watching it transition and you're listening to parents. So we have a homeschool program that has 7 kids in it. We hired a teacher to come in and teach. So the girls go to gymnastics from 8:30 to 10:30, and then from 10:30 to 2:30 they do school, and then from 2:30 to 7 they do gymnastics again. So the program that they use, it's called Connections Academy. It's awesome, but the schools, it is not fun raising a kid with all the bullshit. It is fucking wild. In fact, Jansen just hit me up last week, and he was like, "Hey man," he's like, he was asking about like because we're on the same wavelength of like having kids and, you know, having a similar you know, morals in life. And he's like, where do you stand with all this stuff? Like, how do you feel about all this? So he's like, he hit me up, and I was like, I'm writing you a novel about all the different things that we do here, because it's tough, because your kids are going to be like, the schools are changing on how they teach them, on how they just on day-to-day interactions are different. And I mean, I don't care if you're fucking gay, straight, trans. I don't care if you want to grow a fucking dick or cut your tits off. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but just don't put the kids in it. Like, just leave the kids out of it. Like, whenever we were in 2nd grade, were you telling everybody about fucking tits and ass and vaginas and all this? No. You were like, hello, we're going to
no clue what it was.
Do our fucking ABCs and then maybe do some addition. It's not like, hey, we're inclusive, and Sammy here decided today that he's a girl. I don't fucking care what Sammy is. Can we learn about, can we do the fucking class now? Can we have our spelling bee? So like, it is fucking crazy.
Walker, when you were in school, did any of that culture, trans, like diversity stuff, was that there when you, or was it just more like more when the gay like started becoming like more acceptable?
Started.
Because so this is how I feel about it. And Seth, I'm the same way as you. Like, I don't care what side of the coin. People bust my balls because I made comments about like grown men painting their fingernails, and I get fucking, you know, bombarded for saying certain things. But this is where I think all the issue and mental health stuff comes from. And it's this, and this is my theory. Okay. We can't allow children to make decisions when they don't understand the decisions they're making and how they affect them. So the concept that my father raised me under was, this is my house. As long as you live under this roof, you live by my rules.
Oh God, it's my dad's favorite fucking line.
Okay. But but hold on, this and this is the same thing. So, and I'm gonna use religion, which might be a bad analogy, but the analogy, but it'll make sense. But it'll make sense. I'm a believer in God. I'm Catholic, go to church on Sundays, say my prayers. Now, when I was growing up and I was in CCD and I was going to church every Sunday, I hated it. Okay. I was like, I don't want to fucking go to church. Why am I going here? Why am I listening to this? Like, why am I wasting my time? I want to be with my friends. It wasn't until I was older, 17, 18, that I understood faith and what it meant and why I was going and why my parents wanted me to go. Now, after I turned 18, once I was in college, if I wanted to go to church, great. If I didn't, I had the choice not to, because I was then a grown adult and I can make my decisions. I don't think that these kids should be allowed to do this stuff and be given these choices at such a young age, because we're confusing them. And the confusion is causing the depression and the mental illness, because when we were coming up, it was male and female. Gender and sex were the same thing. If you were male, you were. It was.
I still don't, and I mean, even with this, I still don't understand what they're talking about. I do to like, I mean, I do
as
enough,
far
like,
as what?
like they say, like binary, non-binary, what's it, a trans female or a trans
Oh, I have no. I
or a
can't even.
trans woman,
It's so confusing.
a cis man and a cis woman. Like, I still don't understand what all that is, and I'm like, I don't really have a desire to. However, like, that's what they're pushing on with this vocabulary and making everybody feel inclusive. Like, that's what they're pushing so that these young kids understand it, and young kids are accepting to anything. Like, if you like, your kids are like sponges.
Oh, you could tell them anything.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell them anything and they're going to catch on to it. And that's part of what's going on. Like, how do you change a generation? Like, how do you make things happen and make them normalize? How do you normalize things? You don't normalize things with us as older gentlemen. You don't normalize things with the people like the boomer generation. The boomer generation is going to fucking die in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck those guys. So now that's why the transition has pushed into children, because these children, you can, if you indoctrinate them, if you get them to think a certain
brainwash them
at a young, you want to call it brainwashing? Yeah, you are, in a sense. You're indoctrinating them just as you would anything else. They are teaching them this at a young age, so it's accepted as they get older, and then they're going to teach the younger generation the same thing, and it becomes a cycle, and then it's pushed through, and then that's who's going to end up voting. These people who are doing this aren't thinking about today, tomorrow, or next day. These people are thinking about the 10 years, 20 years from now. So it's crazy. That's what they're doing, but that's what makes it tough about having kids right now, because you're like, fuck, this is going to be a shit show.
Well, because it's like, you do something at home and you instill morals on them one way, and then they go out the door and they're being pulled back this way.
Yeah, and that's just, I mean, I think that's just the world we're living in now, because even like with what we do as bodybuilders, you know what I mean? Like, I get in, I pissed off the entire, not the entire, probably about 50% of the gay community whenever I posted that video of that fucking drag queen dancing around that kid. Like, the drag queen was dancing around the child at the bar, and I'm like, hey, this is fucked,
Yeah.
So I pissed a lot of them off, and they're like, well, look what you do. And I'm like, what do I do?
So this is interesting though, because
we masculize masculinity.
But I'm just saying, like, as a bodybuilder that took steroids and all this, I'm like, yeah, I get we're a little fucked up, but like, I'm 18.
You know we're talking,
but that's
about,
not that's not the same thing.
Yeah, but we're talking about the clubs before. I said we're talking about the clubs before, like going out and stuff. You guys were like, oh, you partied all the time. When I used to go out when I was young, even when I was like 18, underage, it was full of fucking trannies. I mean, it was like the clubs was loaded with trannies. Oh, bro,
there's a lot more drag and trannies than you think.
Oh, it's hard sometimes. Even this was back then, and it was hard to tell what was what. You know what I mean? So like now, forget about it. I'd be scared to go in a nightclub to know like what's what. Forget about it. You wouldn't even know. Did
any of you guys ever have like a moment where you were talking to somebody and then like, wait, like, are you a dude or are you a girl?
I took one home.
What?
Yep. Multiple times, actually.
Nice.
I fucked up multiple times.
Wait, you fucked them or fucked up?
No, I fucked up multiple times. Oh, no, yeah, fucked up.
Walker's like, I'm gonna puke my food back.
The only time, I'll be honest about everything.
This is why you don't go to clubs, fucking guys.
The one time it got close though is when I was actually in bed with it, and I looked at the pants.
When you looked at the pants? Why are they 36, 32?
No, why is their fucking crotch getting bigger? It's like oh, dick.
It's a dick.
So
they trick you. They don't give a fuck.
You call it, is that
that's the ones I don't like.
Like what do they want to be called at that point? If you got fake boobs,
that's why I said it. I don't know.
So wait. So what was the one-liner? What's that? Is that your clit? Like I want to know. Like what?
I want to be dramatic, but I kind of jumped out of bed. I just literally just jumped out of bed, and I was like, "Whoa,
punch it?
We're not being honest here.
Speed bag it? Like what do you do?"
I was like, "Well, we're not being honest here about something."
We're not being honest.
Walker, what would you do
know,
if you were in bed and all of a sudden you're making out and all of a sudden you see the cover do this?
Well, I don't even know, bro.
Well, all I said to myself was like, thank God all I did was kiss it. Like, thank fucking God. Like, I didn't make out with it or anything. Like, I didn't do anything with the fucking thing.
So you brought him home multiple times. So what, like,
I don't think you understand. Like, Pasha nightclub and all these fucking crazy places I used to go to were like, you would
Joe's sitting right here going like this, going like this, everything you say like this.
You would have no idea. You would think it's the hottest girl you've ever got in your life.
You need to go to the library and find yourself a nice girl.
Yeah. You need to go to Ruby Tuesdays.
you need to go to the library and find yourself a nice girl.
My fiance used to go out with me and she saved me from that scene. So thank God. Nice. So yeah. We were partiers together. So it's like, but I think it's better being short because guys, if it's a girl, or if it's a guy that transitions to a girl, they're normally taller. So I don't do tall women. No,
so
you know what the hardest ones are? The hardest ones are the Asian ones. The Asian ones you can't have no idea because Asian guys are small. You have no idea.
This is so like fascinating.
I'm actually still friends with one of the ones that fucked me up one time that lied to me. But yeah, back to ice cream.
Thick mint.
Actually, I'm not going to blow his spot up, but the one actually used to date someone we all know, actually. You guys probably guess who I'm talking about.
Who? What?
The one tranny used to date someone we all know. He actually lives in the same town as Nick. You know who I'm talking about. Come on. You don't know who Craig Elias is? Come on, dude. Are you kidding me?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember that.
That's right.
Giselle.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a big deal. She was like a big time
deal. Giselle's best friend, Shannon, is still my friend to this day.
Wait, who's got a penis?
Giselle was a black man. Okay. I'm not being racist. It was a black man that converted to a black woman that was super hot, but then overdid everything with the butt and the tits, and it got really weird looking. Yeah, but that was Craig's girlfriend for like years.
Really? I remember this.
Yeah, it was all over the internet. He posted it was on MySpace, like back in the day.
MySpace. Look at how far back you go from being a dirtbag, Trigili. Like he remembers dirt from back in MySpace days. Like you are just an idiot. Like that's hilarious.
Dirtbag.
Craig posted her. It's not like he's hiding the fucking.
No,
shit.
I just did the fact that like I had no idea what you were talking about.
I've known Craig for a long time. That's why. Like
Craig is one of the funniest guys I think on Instagram.
But I don't judge him. I used to, bro. The Giselle's friend, who was the girl he dated, the girl Shannon, who I brought home by accident, was another super hot one, which I had no idea about, and I'm still friends with her to this day. She's a sweetheart. Well, it's a sweetheart, whatever she is. I don't want you to consider herself, but
you keep calling her a she and it in the same sentence, so that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't know what she calls her. I guess it's she, right? But
by the way,
it's crazy though.
2 weeks ago, I just took a sip of my drink. If you guys haven't, and I don't get anything for saying this, I took a picture of him and sent them to Seth. Those RTDs that you came out with, man, are amazing.
The Just Works.
Yeah, the Just Works are great.
The energy drinks
they're really good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not I don't do the C4s. I've never been like a Monster Bang. Like I just don't. I'm not an energy drink guy. A lot of it's because they're just too overly sweet for me, and they're just overly Yours were really good.
Thank you.
They're really fucking good, dude.
The cherry
flavors are on point.
The cherry and blue raz are pretty sweet, but the glacier and the shark bite are fire.
Shark bite's the one that I had that I really liked.
Shark bite's good.
Yeah, you guys did a great job with that.
Nick, don't worry about it. We'll get you one.
You're a Celsius guy. I didn't want to. There was so many people when we were sending stuff.
I can still try my friend's shit.
Okay, I'm good then. You'll get some. We're gonna send you out a box. You'll get it. It's delicious. Right. I didn't want to put people in an awkward spot when we were sending boxes out and stuff that had like sponsors, and I like send them a box or send them stuff, and then they're like, "Man, do you want me to post this on the story? Should I post it? Like, what should I do?"
Yeah, but it shouldn't be like that.
What's that?
Everybody
shouldn't be like that though.
Everybody can eat, man. Everybody can eat.
Yeah, I know. I
Are
just
supplement companies really still like that though? Or some?
I mean, listen, if Seth sent me clothes before, I wear it, post it. Like that's like listen. You
I'm saying I don't have an issue with that with old school labs. They don't care.
No, people
Cool
shouldn't.
what's that?
I just think it's cool when people do shit like that. Like it shows like you're not like, yeah, you're with this brand, but
you're being honest.
Different brand. You're not trying to go to that brand. You're just trying something.
Because you don't like it's fake. It's fake
like
if
Celsius,
you wear it.
Celsius is good. I love Celsius.
Yeah.
But if you want me to try yours and I think it's good, I'm gonna say, hey, this is good.
Yeah.
but not but not everybody's like that. There are people that are funny about it. So I'm like, I'll make sure I send you some.
I remember I used to go out with Victor Martinez all the time to nightclubs, and he'd be like, we'd be out and everyone know who he is because I wasn't a popular person at all when I was going out then. No one knows if I went out, but everyone knows Victor in New York City. And that was when like social media was like first starting. And we'd be up at like 5 a.m. for like 2 days straight. And he'd be like, no pictures, bro. No pictures, bro. And I remember Gerard Dente. I'm sure you know Gerard guy.
Yeah, of course. MHP. Yes.
I remember him like ripping Victor's ass one time because we got tagged in a photo when like Instagram first came out, and Victor was high as fucking hell.
Really?
In the nightclub. It was like 5 a.m. It was like 5:30 in the afternoon, like a Sunday. We were partying for like 2 days straight. We got tagged in this photo, and Victor got called on like that Monday from Gerard. It was like,
really? And
you better get this shit down.
That's
nuts.
It was
crazy.
They used to
hawk that stuff back then.
Yeah.
I saw the first time I met Victor Martinez was at the Mr. Pittsburgh in probably like 2004. Okay, it was like prime Victor, like fucking football.
Wow.
Looks like he had footballs in his shirt.
So
just
crazy.
He still does.
Huge.
It was crazy.
And I go up to him. I think I was probably like 18 at the time. So we go up. This dude just fucking reeks of weed. Reeks.
Oh yeah.
And I walk up to him and his eyes are bloodshot red. I was like, what's up, Victor? And he's like,
that's all he does. Yeah, he does the head.
Like,
what's up?
Like, did not say a word to me. High as fucking. I'm like, man, my man is smoked right now. Got the autograph, go back, and I'm like, man, it was really nice to meet you. And he got the growth hands going on that are just. Did not say one word to me, and I was like, that was a really great interaction. I was 18, so I just thought it was funny.
That's him.
Cute. It was funny. I loved it.
Let me tell you
Victor's
something.
one of the most down-to-earth guys, though.
And one of the most impressive physiques. I mean, he's what, 46, 7? Do you see how he looks now?
I haven't seen him.
He could do the he should do the Masters O and just smoke everybody.
He won't do it, he said. He said not enough money.
What's not enough money? How much is it? I don't even know what it is.
Oh my God, it's pennies, bro. It's
really?
250, it's 230 grand split up by 10 divisions.
Really?
That's top 5 of each division. That's 50 people split up into 230 grand. How you gonna? What the fuck is the prize money for that?
It doesn't make any sense.
Horrible.
Wow.
What are you gonna win? Like, pennies. Yeah. I saw Hidetada is entering it.
I don't know why he's but I just don't know. I
heard Ed Carrera is doing it too. Eduardo.
Really?
Yeah. You know Eduardo. You competed against him.
Yeah, of course I did. Competed against Seth too.
He's coming back. I don't know why he's doing that.
Then maybe.
I think Kamal's gonna win it if he does it.
Is Kamal doing it?
He said he was, yeah.
Really? Kamal's a freak.
Yeah, Kamal said he's doing it.
Could you imagine Seth was he 50?
No.
51.
Imagine being 51 and still cranking like that and doing it. And his body look 51.
How does he handle the hormones though at 51? He must not be taking much. There's no
or he started a lot later than a lot of people think.
Hey, shut up. If I told you what this man was doing, you would laugh your fucking ass off.
He's probably not doing anything. He's probably not doing
nothing.
He probably just looks like that.
So he's just a freak, Nick. Because you train with him for a little bit in MIT.
I forgot.
A freak.
I remember doing that video. He's a nut.
High volume too, like high volume.
Oh my God! The first time I did a workout with him, it was back, and we did it high volume, his style. For the next 2 to 3 days, I felt like I was hit by a fucking Mack truck.
He does higher reps, doesn't he too?
Nothing less than 15.
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
Yep.
Insane.
So here's a good one because Seth used to train like a fucking maniac. My chair is on this fucking row. Who out of all the people you've trained with, who's one of the fucking craziest? Because did me and you ever train together? I've been at the gym and trained like at gyms while you were training, but I don't think we've ever trained together.
No.
So who are some of the craziest motherfuckers back then that you trained with? Because you were in it back then for a couple of years. You were in the thick of it, especially with Hani.
I didn't train with too many people.
Really?
I would just train with Hani.
Yeah.
Like I look around, like I mean, that's somebody I wish we would have trained legs together.
Yeah.
That'd have been a throwdown.
Branch
Meadows is somebody I wish I would have trained with. But Hani was just
me. I didn't train hard.
Hani made me puke training arms.
Really?
He made me puke doing arms.
What?
It was ruthless. Yeah.
Really?
Because my arms used to suck. My arms were not good.
Well, can you tell me what that workout was? Because my arms still suck, and they sucked in my whole career.
Oh, he just would just. What's that? What'd you say?
I said they're always going to suck, guy.
Nick's over here doing cable curls like they're just getting bigger.
I know, like that's,
Just
and I'm sitting there fucking
bigger.
doing 30 sets for arms.
You only need arms when you get older, too. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's it.
I know. I got big legs, and I'm gonna start walking around in those little short shorts.
I haven't done legs in like 7 years, bro. I have not touched my legs once.
Seth, you still fucking crush it on squats.
I like legs.
Squats on Sundays.
I hate it.
Sundays. Wait, is it Sunday squat with Seth or Seth?
I don't squat anymore though.
I thought you said you started to again.
I was doing Smith, but I don't connect that well with squats. I gotta do
shit.
Let me tell you something. It's one of the things I fucking like.
Hips and glutes.
I hate doing, but after I get done doing it, I'm like, I fucking love squatting.
No, I thought I was gonna get that feeling, and I was like, yeah, I don't like it.
Nah, you do.
Does nothing for my legs.
I used to all the time. I used to superset front and back squats. Charles Glass
You just did. You just tore your quad. Oh, you're doing hack squats. That's right.
No, Nick, do you still front squat?
You're a dick,
No.
Nick.
Hack squat?
Hacks. Pendulum. I like the pendulum too. I do.
Pendulum squat.
Oh, that thing's horrible.
Seth, you don't ever worry about fucking blowing out a fucking like you do. So you do all that crazy shit. Like Nick trains very controlled. Trigili trains like he's 10. You do fucking all the crazy shit. And like your tendons, like you only tore that tricep. That was it. You haven't really suffered any major injuries. Knock on wood.
No, I don't do anything too crazy heavyweight. I just do a little bit too much volume. But
what do you mean too? What's the most you'll go up to like on an incline dumbbell press? I want to hear what Seth Feroce.
You're still doing bodybuilder workouts?
No, I'll do push pull legs. I do.
That's what I do
once a week. But I'll do. I'll go up to the 120s. But that's about it.
Really?
Yeah.
What about when you squat?
I'll do 315. That's top. I'll go.
What? Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's over the top volume?
I mean, when I'll do like if I go to the gym, like the whole squats with Seth on Sunday thing, that was like whenever I go to do squats, like I wouldn't do anything too crazy on heavy weight. I'll just pick a weight like 225 and I'll do sets of 10 until I feel like stopping. It might be 15 sets, it might be 20 sets, it might be 25.
Am I allowed to do this?
What?
Post on Instagram?
Yeah.
That allowed?
But then, or I might do 3. This is the meathead pose.
All right, hold on. Let me get you in the frame. 1, 2, 3. All right. Go ahead, Seth. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be.
Oh no, I was just saying like the meathead pose. Like you're like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Or was this, or Seth, it was this one, remember?
We could do like the MMA pose where they just do the fist. They just throw the fist up.
But I remember Branch Warren. Branch Warren told me like whenever I was at the Muscle Tech booth in like 2010, he's like, hey, he's like, this is your first show. He's like, your first event. So this is how you're going to pose with people. You got to do the meathead thumbs up every single pose. Like he was fucking with me the whole time because I didn't know what I was doing.
And you thought he was serious?
Oh my god, that's
so
hilarious.
you thumbed up to everybody. You thumbed up everybody.
Like if you saw the
That's
because we were
hilarious.
I was part of the BC team. You know what I mean? Like you had Phil Heath, you had Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, Branch Warren, Johnny Jackson.
Oh, I
like
forgot.
yeah,
Muscle
dude. And then it was me, Mark Magna, and Matt Krokolansky. So we were like the BC team, and like he's telling me all this stuff, pumping me up. He's like, you gotta get the pose like this. I'm like, okay. So like every single pose, they all made sure I did the fucking.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
I love that. I'll never forget it.
You guys were stacked at Muscle Tech. Holy shit!
Back then, it was everybody. Yeah. You had every heavy hitter that you had top 6 at the O. I think minus Ronnie.
So have you ever heard? I don't know if I ever told the story about Andrew Garvin was the athlete manager there. Okay. Yep. And I didn't have a whole lot of money at that time in my life. Like I was just broke trying to make it. So whenever I would go anywhere, they would give you, an allowance on money, like for the hotel and all this stuff. They booked the hotel room, but then you'd have to, put the credit card on file for everything. And then you had, they gave you the reimbursement for spending money. Well, I didn't have a credit card at the time, so I had a debit card. Well, they wouldn't accept a debit card at the hotels. So I told Andrew, I don't have a credit card. He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't have a credit card, dude. I don't got any money. I just got my debit card here and they won't accept it. And he's like, Seth, he's like, I can't put the company card on there. I'm like, but I'm not going to do anything crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, Seth, he's like, one time, like, I didn't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I was 24 years old, dude. And he says, so he puts his card on file for me. But he proceeded to tell me why they don't do that anymore. And I'm like, man, like I didn't, I'm like, okay, like I won't charge to the room. He's like, well, we had a really bad incident years ago.
I can't wait to hear who
okay.
Can't wait to hear this.
So he didn't name all the names, but I'm guessing who it is just because of who was at that Muscle Tech scene, because there was Jay Cutler was there.
Dexter.
Back then it was Dexter, Chris Cormier, Melvin Anthony,
Branch,
Stan Curly Top McQuarrie. Remember them?
Oh, McQuarrie! Holy shit!
Darum Charles
he used to party with me. He used to party a lot.
Partiers. So he just said, this is all the speculation by me, but I remember those guys being there, and the partiers. They said, and you knew Chris Cormier was a big partier. You knew Stan was, and they said that one time there was a group of guys that charged big time steakhouse dinners and hookers to the room.
Hookers?
Racked up a $10,000 bill on the company credit card that the company had to pay that they did to the room at an
Wait, I want to know what hooker took a credit card swipe.
Bro, what
hooker was like, here, swipe here, put your pin in.
I don't know how it happened, but Andrew was like, he's like, I wasn't here for this event. However, he's like, this is what was told to me, that these guys figured out a way to get the company credit card and put all of this shit on it. All of $10,000 in shit.
What would you do if you were owner of the company and you were like, what's this? And somebody goes, oh, those are hookers. Those were hooker charges.
That company was a fucking $500 million a year company.
I got a similar story though. After I won my pro card, when I went broke in Vegas, I had no money left.
From what? Ordering hookers on a credit card?
I was sponsored by Muscle Meds. It was 2014, and I went out there with my roommate. I had a lot of money, but I just didn't manage it very well at all, like horribly bad. And I had probably like 30 grand to my name going into that show, USA's, right? I won my pro card. I mean, my roommate spent all my money, and like he was broker than broke. Like he was way broke. He was a corrections officer. Okay. And he never had any money. So I had to start swiping everything on like the company credit card that I had from Muscle Meds for that weekend. I had no money left. I literally just spent it all at the clubs and the strip club after like the next 2 days. And my trip was there to like the following Friday. So the whole week I just swiped everything on the Muscle Meds credit card. And the next month, Gerard Dente almost fucking literally just fired me at that point. But yeah, I went broke literally in Vegas doing that to myself. Yeah, I was an asshole. Yeah, but I was just living reckless though, like so reckless.
Back then was crazy. I
didn't care. I did not give a fuck. It was like, I don't care.
You guys were spending money on like dumb shit, and Walker's buying 3 cars and 2 houses.
Oh yeah, and I wish I did what he did. I always yell at him like, "Don't spend your money, bro. Don't
Wait,
buy
what
that
kind
shit."
of cars do you have, Nick? What kind of cars do you have?
I have a Corvette, a BMW, and a truck.
What BMW? What
You
truck?
got a truck? Oh, you didn't trade anything in?
He got the truck in Vegas.
I know he bought a truck, but I thought he traded in his BMW.
What kind of BMW?
X6.
Nice ride. Nice ride. What kind of truck?
It's a GMC.
Oh, Sierra.
Yeah.
You wanted to
All
hit
nice.
everything. Truck, sports car.
All black on black. It's really nice.
All of them?
Yeah. Except the Corvette's white.
Sick. I love
Corvette you got a while ago, no? 2 years ago? You got that early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seth, me and you got the same truck, Seth.
No, I don't have that truck anymore.
Wait, I thought you totaled it and got a new one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell it because I almost totaled that one too.
The second one?
Wait, you got rid of the second one too?
Mhm.
When?
What do you do? Like, I've had mine for a year. I haven't totaled it yet. Like, what? And I haven't almost totaled it either.
Wait,
I'm an asshole.
you just bought another one though, I thought. You said you were good.
No, I'm not. I was good.
No, I'm not.
I was okay. If I get behind something that has power or like can go fast, I just go fast. I don't know why I do it. I'm an asshole.
I mean, it's very easy.
That often.
What's that?
I said that's why I don't drive the Corvette too often.
Dude, I didn't grow up doing fast things. Like I didn't grow up like riding motorcycles. I didn't grow up driving fast cars. Like I just grew
You're
up.
a redneck. You don't have a dirt bike or anything, or a fucking quad? Nothing.
I had a quad, but then guess what? I just would ride it like a dickhead.
Oh,
Yeah. So like, every now and then
I love dirt bikes.
fill my Cheerios and.
So what are you driving now?
I have
minivan.
No, I have 2 Cummins. I got 2 trucks.
Oh, yeah,
Because that's any better. The Cummins engine is any better.
Yeah, but it doesn't go. It like
Not 702, but it's still zings and zangs.
So I have a
250.
I have a dually and a 2500. So I got a 3500 and a 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, Nick, what do you like to drive over everything?
I've been driving the truck a lot now.
You like that truck a lot. I have an X5M. I like that. I like my X5M.
That's what you have?
Yeah.
I have my TRX, I have my M440 BMW, and then I picked up that 2012 Porsche Cayenne a month ago.
I love Beamers. I just love Beamers. I've been a Beamer guy my whole life.
Hannah's lease is up soon. We have a GLE AMG.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a nice truck.
Yeah, that's fast. That's fun. That's usually the car that we take out together and stuff. But
you have what? You have the GLC. Joe's got the GLC 63. It's nice.
Yeah, nice. So
And
right now
that's a monster.
It fucking purrs too.
Joe, I said hi.
Here.
Tell Joe I said hi.
Hi, Joe.
He's fucking chilling like that. He's got Seth. Ready for this? He comes to the gym more with your shit on than he does fucking mine, and I'm his fucking training partner.
I'll make sure.
I'm always like, what is this shit?
I'll make sure I send you some stuff.
Why, guy?
Huh?
You want to know why?
Here we go. Why, Nick?
Old, retired, and
Nick, I'll make here. Ready for this? The next time you come to Jersey, we'll work out. All right. I don't
work out with because I don't want to be responsible for your next injury.
No. It's okay. I'll sign.
Listen,
it's okay. You sign a waiver. Listen, me and you we'll train legs.
You don't want to do that, bro. You torn it twice, man.
Listen. I can't. I won't do your weight.
To be on crutches.
I'll put you through fucking hell.
Let's do it.
There's no question. Listen,
I still training legs, guy.
I train legs. I train legs tonight.
How was
with
it?
The torn quad?
Yeah, well, so it's funny. I can't strain too hard because these things got to stay in. They can't they fucking pop out. So
better be careful, dude. That's fucking crazy.
So I mean,
bald spots again.
I did 4 plates. So was it on the belt squat? 4 plates on the belt squat. I did I don't. I could easily get under 5 plates still and squat with no problem.
Really?
Yes.
Mine
is, yeah. Oh, Joe's seen me squat. Oh yeah.
Straight bar?
Yeah.
free weight, not Smith.
I've squatted before, right before I tore this. I was squatting 5 plate on Smith and free bar.
And the safety bar we did.
Well, that's right, because Jay Cutler was making fun
and
of
the
me.
safety bar.
Well, I remember Jay Cutler calling you out, saying, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, it's
Why are you doing that?
I'm strong. Like, but my problem is that like I push the limit too hard, and then I fucking get.
Oh yeah, you can't recover the same way anymore, bro.
Seth, I don't know about you, but I do 1 shot a test, and it's supposed to. I do 200 mgs a sip. It's supposed to be every 7 days, and I usually fuck up, and it's usually like every 10.
Oh, good question. What is your guys' free test at on your TRT? I'm curious. I just got my blood work done.
At 200 mgs a week, I was at 694.
That's terrible.
Yeah. My doctor said, he goes, you could actually go to 3 or 4 for your TRT. He goes, you could be.
I'm on 142 or something milligrams. My test was 1,300.
Holy shit.
My last time I got mine, I do mine in 100 mgs every 3 to 4 days. So I'll take 100 mgs, but then I took 100 mgs and then waited 6 days to go get my blood work done, and it was 627.
Why are you guys so low?
Oh wait. So hold on. My doctor makes me come off for 10 days prior to blood work, so I also do that too.
So I don't know why. I'm actually like, what I'm going to do, because I'm going to get my blood work done. I'm going to take it.
Look at it
in 2 days. 2 days after I take an injection, I want to go get it done and see where it is.
I take it the night before.
You take it the night before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you take your injection the night before you get blood work done? Well, I mean, dude, that answers. That's why you're so high, Nick. That's
no. Even when I do 7 days, 14 days, it's still over 1,000.
So the one guy that I was talking to at my gym that comes in, Joel, he went and got his done, and he did 200 mgs every 6 days, and he went and got his, and his was 1,600. And he's like, I'm like, bud, yours is high, and he's like, yeah, I know.
I can probably guess what's going on, why your free test not high. What was your I mean, not your free test. What was your total test was that? What was your free test then?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I can tell you, I can pull it up fucking.
Your IGF good and stuff? All that stuff good?
Everything's good. If anything, the
you guys creatinine levels are good and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Clark was pumped about that with me, given the fact of all the blood pressure.
I love Dr. Clark.
I had.
See, I've never. That's knock on wood. I don't have high hematocrit. My mom has a little bit on the higher level hemoglobin, like 17, 18, is where she's like even normally. So I have that. So I donate. But other than that, my blood pressure, the last time I got it checked was 110/70.
Yeah,
my blood pressure was high for like 5 years straight.
No, never.
That's where my issues was the high blood pressure, the high hematocrit, high hemoglobin. That's why I do the functional and fuckable workouts, is because my whole goal was to get my resting heart rate down and then my blood pressure down.
So what's your rest? So my resting heart rate average is between 58 and 63.
Yeah, mine was 101 whenever I got it checked last when I tore my tricep. So that was my resting heart rate was 101.
That's like me running. That's like me sprinting.
I know.
It's like cardio all day.
So that's why I do the functional workouts. And I mean, I was 235 whenever it happened. So me being like 208, 209, and then my resting heart rate now is like 62 beats a minute. Like last year it was like 58. So, and then my blood pressure now is usually around like 125/90, something like that. But motherfucker, it was not before. So like me me having my hair and not getting zits. It's all good. But those are the things that I had to pay attention to that I didn't before. And that's why I eat like a 50% vegan. That's why I do all this shit.
Do you really? What's 50%? When you say 50% vegan, and Walker, I have questions for you. What do you mean?
It's me being an asshole.
I was like, wait a second. I was like, you go on bear hunts, and now you just said 50% vegan. I'm like, now you're throwing me off for a fucking loop now.
So like, I really enjoy pissing off as many like extremist communities, just because I'm like, guys, we all know that a well-balanced diet is the best type of diet.
Agreed.
We all know that doing your cardio and eating healthy is the best way to go about things. Like, don't give me all this fucking bullshit. We know the carnivores, you guys do it, you're special. We know the vegans, you're special too. My goal is to piss them both off by just saying this.
What
And
about
all
liver?
I'm doing is eating meat, fruits, veggies, and complex carbs.
What
we
about-
all do?
You don't eat
It's
liver
just
and
me
get
being an
jacked?
asshole.
You don't eat raw liver and get jacked doing that with no steroids at all?
So here's a question. This is what I'm going to bring up right now. So this is why, the growth hormone thing. Okay, I took Omnitrope for the first time this past year at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
That shit is different than any other growth hormone I've ever taken.
Really?
I told you
I
this a long time ago.
I've taken Serostems, and I've taken what are the ones that come in the pens?
Gentropin.
Norditropins.
I like those ones.
Norditropin. That's really the only two brands I used.
The Omnitrope, dude.
Omnitrope?
I don't even. I've never even heard of it.
Sizone.
I took it for a week. I gained 6 pounds in a fucking week.
How many I use?
I was taking between like 5 and 6.
Well, growth hormones have milligrams per units, like depending upon the kit and the milligrams. Is that what you're going to say?
Also, some growth hormones have the actual diuretics in them, like the Serostems, so like they pull water off you.
I'd have to look it up.
That's crazy.
Omnitrope does no diuretic in it, so you're gonna.
No, I was round. I was full. Like there's a couple videos, and I'm like, that's whenever I was pounding the Omnitrope.
Yep.
Seth, you look. Let me tell you something. My last Olympia prep, I only did test in growth, and I really. Yeah.
Why?
Because Aceto didn't add anything until the last 3 weeks.
What the fuck?
Chris's answer to me was, "You look like you're taking A, B, and C, so why add it in if you look like you're already on it?"
You look like the whole alphabet.
Better.
That's what he said. Listen, that's what he said. Whether or not that's right or wrong at the time, that's what he said. I'm not,
I'm just joking. I like Chris's approach, but
I do think that the basis to a good cycle is testing growth. I think you can get away. You can shy away from a lot of other drugs and utilize testing growth if you utilize those two the right way. But yeah, Omnitrope I've never done.
How'd you think Liver King? You think Liver King's natural now or what?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Walker, what were you going to say?
I said, how did you utilize growth the best way?
Me?
Yeah.
When I was doing it 3 times a day. When I was doing my last Olympia, I was doing 3, 6, and I was doing 3, 3, 3, and 3. So I was going 3 in the morning, 3 after I worked out, and then 3 before bed.
I like it
before bed or before your last meal.
Before my last meal, which is always before bed.
How tired were you all day doing that?
Bro, I'm high strung, dude. Ain't nothing make me fucking slow down unless I'm sick.
No.
This fucking game.
Right.
But Seth, I haven't napped in 35 years.
Oh, I don't.
Wait, hold on. What'd you just say? You haven't napped?
I haven't taken a fucking nap in 35 years. Like, I don't
6
nap.
years old last time he took a nap.
Why,
Last time I took a nap, I was fucking. Half my fucking friends at Bodybuild have scheduled. Jose Raymond schedules naps still.
Does he really?
Yeah.
That's
I don't have
awesome.
time to do that.
Nick, you nap?
Not really, no.
Really?
No.
I would.
Huh. If I was 300
If
pounds,
I could nap, I would do, but there's no way my mind's turning off during the day. It's just
could you imagine if Nick napped and recovered more, how much bigger he'd be? Sean Roden would sleep more than any fucking human being I've ever met.
Yeah. He sleep a lot.
Yeah, his birthday just passed. His birthday was on the 3rd. I'm sorry, the second. I always get confused. So the second. Same as
I don't know how
Morales.
guys did that. I couldn't get any, I wouldn't be able to even if I was Nick and I didn't do anything but bodybuild, I still wouldn't be able to nap all day like that. I feel like a piece of shit.
Sean could nap anywhere, anytime. He ordered.
He could always sleep.
Yep. Chris Aceto told me the story about Eduardo when they were at a show. He ordered food sitting up, and by the time the food came back, he was sitting up, passed out, snoring when the waiter put the food in front of him.
Did bro have narcolepsy or some shit?
Me and Chris.
I was just about to say that's not napping. That's narc, dude. I had narcolepsy.
Me and Chris would be like, he's got this plus this plus this plus this plus this. He could fall asleep at the drop of a hat.
Actually, a real conversation now. Do you guys sleep with a CPAP?
I do. Yes.
Nick, you don't sleep with a CPAP?
You
How
don't
come I have a
snore?
fucking CPAP. The fuck?
I have a CPAP, and I'm fucking
Oh, you have
200
I didn't hear you
pounds.
say yes.
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, every night.
No.
You don't, Seth?
No,
You guys don't have sleep apnea? What the fuck? Nick, you
No,
definitely snore. You have to be a snorer.
I snore, but I don't have a CPAP.
Yeah, but you should, because the snoring put the stress it puts on your heart. My doctor said if you snore and you like stop breathing in your sleep, you can take about 5 to 10 years off your life easy because of stress.
Nick, I can send you the at-home test, please. It's like $150 and they ship it to your house and you ship it back and they tell you if you have sleep apnea.
Yeah,
you gotta sleep with the thing on at night at your house. Yeah. It's much better to go into a sleep study like I had to do.
Sleep studies sucked. I had to do that. It's like a fake fucking hotel room. It's like a murder scene. It's like
horrible.
It's like a porn site.
They have like cameras on you and fucking sensors.
It is. It's like a porn site. You fucking there's like
it's a room.
It's a room. It's like a fake setup room. Like you're in a fucking.
You fall asleep with all the wires on.
Yeah,
but this one you could do at home, and it's like it's so easy. I did it the second time around.
Seth, you don't snore either?
No, I used to. I used to snore a lot because like just being heavier. But ever since I dropped the weight and started doing different style of training and all the cardio and the functional, I don't snore anymore.
Guy, if you don't sleep with it, you feel like shit, right?
It's like I just feel like I haven't slept.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
It's like I feel I'm like like I haven't slept with it in fucking 10 days because of the hair shit. Because you can't. And I'm fucking, dude, I'm dying.
Guys, I get really foggy if I don't sleep with it. Like my brain is just like not firing.
Yeah, dude.
Seth, I'll tell you this straight up.
So you don't realize how bad you sleep until you actually sleep with it. How's that?
It was like me taking a drug once I started using that thing. I'm not even kidding.
Get out of here.
That's how much of a difference it made in my life.
Dude, I
tell you, I know all the drugs. I know what they feel like. It made me feel like I was on a drug when I started using it.
Seth, I would be at a stoplight for like a minute and I'd be sitting at the stoplight like this.
Oh, I totaled my car like 5 times falling asleep at the wheel, dude.
Yeah, bro.
That's my wife. I crashed the car with her.
Is it like fresh air hitting your face or some shit?
I have a nasal pillow, so it just literally it goes. Mine goes like this. It like here, and then it comes like this.
Yep.
And there's a rubber piece, and it goes here, and then I have a tube.
It's forced air.
Yeah, it's forced air, and then there's a tube here with like it's almost got like an elbow on it. Yeah. And then the tube comes out, and mine's made so I can sleep on my side because I sleep like this, like an asshole.
Depends on how bad your sleep apnea is. I have the auto. I'm sure you have the like the auto ResMed one, right?
Yes, the ResMed. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it depends on how you breathe. It has sensors, and it tells you like when the machine knows when you need more air and less air.
Yeah, really. And it's very good for your heart. Like I have 2 heart issues, so I don't need a third. So that gives me like I feel like. I know this is going to sound weird. I feel less likely I'm going to die when I fucking sleep with that.
Well, I don't know if you guys ever slept. You guys ever?
Yeah, that's how
you guys ever choked and woke yourself up? Have you?
I have. Yeah,
no, I'm saying you did, but they never had that. Where you get up, you can't breathe because you're gasping for air. It's like you're literally like.
No, I haven't had that, but I've woken up because I've been snoring and like.
I've woken up like that a zillion times in my life.
No, I haven't woke up fucking like.
Yeah. When I was a broke bodybuilder and didn't think this was even a thing, I'm like, I don't need a CPAP. I used to put my bed, like I used to put shit under my bed just to elevate it, so I'd sleep more on an angle, so I'd be sitting up more.
So there's a lot of bodybuilders with this.
Oh,
everybody,
CPAPs,
everyone has it. Everyone has
everybody. Yeah, bro. I've had a
That's
CPAP.
Why I was surprised.
I've had a CPAP since I got me and Bethany got married in 2011.
Yeah.
And I think I got my CPAP in 2012. I've had my CPAP for 11 years.
When I turned 2014, I got mine.
But I'll tell you this: if you've never used it, like Nick, if you snore, you like you're 28 years old, like at your size, it literally
you'll save your. Oh my god!
You have no idea how much better you're gonna feel overall.
Yeah, I
feel like
I'm not even kidding.
Serious.
I'm not trying to sell you like a fucking QVC commercial. It's like fucking. I'm dead serious.
I mean, I feel like I'm getting sold at something. I feel like I'm missing out.
You might have sleep apnea still.
Yeah,
Seth.
dude.
Yeah, I don't
good to have it.
Does Hannah ever say that you snore or like
you stop breathing?
You should ask her. I'd be like, do I snore in my sleep?
Well, no. Whenever we first started dating, yeah, like because I was fucking 240 pounds.
Yeah. What about
now?
now?
Is your passageway small? Is that why you snore? Mine's small. They want to do a surgery on it. And I was like, no fuck.
I had the surgery.
You got the fucking surgery?
Yeah, because mine was. I have nothing. I have no tonsils, no uvula. I have nothing. Here, look.
You can gag the fuck out of a dick, guy.
Bring it over here. Open it up.
I'd suck the shit out of a cock.
I was gonna say, just come on, I'm gonna get on in there.
Look, ready? Look at my throat.
Oh my god, you have nothing, bro. That is so trippy. What the fuck?
It's not there.
Everything's gone.
It's not
The
there.
hollow hole. That's like a guy's
Look how
dream.
confused Walker looks. Like, huh?
It's like a guy's dream for a girl.
Because take it deep.
Time to convert, guys.
I had a narrow passageway, and I would snore, and my tonsils and uvula would get so inflamed and swollen up that I would choke on my fucking own organs.
Yep.
So they removed my tonsils, my uvula, and they cut some of the soft palate off the top of your throat to open it up. 27 stitches in my throat.
You probably didn't have a straw for like a month.
I was on Dilaudid for a week. You want to talk about on another fucking planet, bro? It was so fucking painful.
You're nuts for doing that.
And I did it in 2016. So I was 30 fucking 5. It was horrible.
How'd they convince you to do that?
Yeah. Because bro, I was 235, 240 pounds back then. And I every once or twice a week, I was waking up having to swallow Benadryl and Advil to fucking bring my tonsils and my uvula down because it was swollen. It was just getting like from the snoring and the friction, it was exploding.
I'm like, okay, surgery sounds great. I'm like, how long is recovery? They're like,
2 weeks
to 90 days. And I'm like,
no,
they're like chewing. You couldn't chew anything for a while, right?
2 weeks. It's about
that's it.
Yeah, it wasn't 60, 90 days.
They told me it is 60 to 90 days
until the stitches healed.
Well,
I was back.
Thank God they lied. Thank God they lied. I didn't want to fucking do it anyway.
Yeah,
you were taking Dilaudid for a week.
That's
crazy.
That's
a serious surgery.
Yeah,
that's not a joke.
I have a video. Yeah. I have a video when they put me on Dilaudid too after my. Remember when I got burned? So they put me on Dilaudid for that, and I have a video. I woke up in the middle of the night or whenever, and Seth, if I sent you the video of what I did, Nick, if you actually saw the video, what I did, I put eggs in a pan. This was in May. I took out wrapping paper like I was wrapping gifts.
Yeah,
there was acidophilus opened on my counter, baking tray, fucking like cards out.
Mine, huh?
Oh, I don't know what I was. I took a video when I woke up in the morning. I thought somebody broke into my house.
I can't believe that they prescribed that. It's a fucking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's called hydromorphine.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
Nick, you've never had a major injury where you've had like a surgery or.
I had my tonsils out.
How? At what age?
I got my wisdom teeth out.
Yeah, but that's like all fucking normal shit.
Dentists, though. Fucking dentist.
I have to go tomorrow morning. I have half a tooth in the back.
What are they gonna do? Pull it out?
No, they're gonna be able to fix it. It already has a filling in it, so they're just gonna like make
Cap it.
Tooth.
They always fuck up teeth with the cavities, man. With the fillings. They hollow them out and they crack. I did it twice.
I hate them.
My mom worked for an oral surgeon until she retired, and I never had issues with my teeth. My mom, I went home one year to help my dad butcher deer. It was like maybe 5 years ago, and she made us a salad, and I fucking took a big scoop of the salad, and I fucking bit into it, and there was olives in it and everything. She didn't tell me there was olives with pits in it, and I fucking crunched down on an olive in my molar, and fucking split my molar right the fucking half.
No.
And then I had to get a fucking root canal. Then it got infected. Then they had to pull the fucking tooth. Then I had to get an implant put in. Now I then I had to get a fake tooth. Then you got to get molds made. And then fucking
I just want to get
thousands of dollars later. I told my mom, I go, you should be fucking paying for this. This is your fault.
It's easier just to get fake teeth. Fuck it.
Like veneers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conor McGregor shit.
I'd love
Nick's
it.
got, and Nick's got good teeth too. Like this. Yeah, you got straight white teeth too.
My teeth are shit.
Are they?
I try to take.
They used to be good, but then they're just shit now. Like I have no teeth on this side up here because I had to pull out because I'm waiting for the implants. I'm going to get implants put in.
Oh,
hurts.
that's I got this is an implant right here.
Hence why this would crack, because I chew everything on this side right now. I'm like 3 weeks out from getting the shit.
I want to ask you guys, did you guys were ever taught how to floss properly?
Floss?
Properly?
Properly?
Like the right way, how to floss properly. Yeah.
You fucking put a thing in and you zoom, zoom.
Yeah, but you know how to do it to both sides of your tooth? You know, you'd go over the tooth, like
so if I'm going to go here, I go here, and then I go over here, and then I go over here, and then I go over here.
Yeah, you just go up and down, don't you?
No, I slide it.
I use the pick things and do it.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, but do you floss like up and then around the gum and then up around this gum and then the next tooth?
Yeah.
Right? And then
You're supposed to
you did both.
curl it. Yeah, you're supposed to curl it.
Yeah, I didn't know that until like last year. I had no idea.
My mom worked for an oral surgeon. Of course, I know everything about teeth.
Oh, you are good, but I wasn't. I was fucked. I was been flossing wrong for like ever.
That's
so like,
did you have a lot of cavities?
No, I had bad plaque buildup. Everybody go to the dentist are like, why are your teeth so plaquey? I'm like, I don't know, I fucking floss. And then finally the lady taught me how to floss. I never was taught how to floss.
I have what's called like
my wife thought I was the craziest person ever. I didn't know how to floss my teeth. I was like, I was never taught.
Did you ever hear? I have like food pockets. They're like bigger gaps, like down in your teeth where the food sits. So I really got to fucking dig those bitches.
I have that problem too, guy, on my bottom teeth.
You guys have braces?
I did.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I braced for like 4 years.
Really?
Yeah, my teeth were horrible.
About people dieting and getting their teeth getting loose?
No.
Wait, what?
I heard that
because their skull shrinks.
No, like I heard there's something where like because a dentist was telling me, because he did a bunch of people's teeth, and he was like, because I was a bodybuilder and I was going through because my teeth were chipping and all this stupid shit to get them fixed, and he's like, do your teeth ever get loose during prep or anything? And I'm like, I was like, no, like, what do you mean? And apparently, if you're like, I guess, I don't know if it was malnourished or something, that your teeth would get kind of loose, but they would tighten back up after like your show or after you were not malnourished.
I never heard of that.
No.
Speaking of teeth, so this is something you guys might not know. Well, this is a Seth thing. So I started chewing my cord because I almost died.
Seth did that too.
Because I almost died in a car accident, and it threw it fucked my jaw up bad. So that's why I wear a mouthpiece when I train. But the cord in my mouth was just out of habit, and I still do it to this day. Yeah. Every once in a while, people will send me a video of Seth chewing on his cord from back in the day too.
Oh yeah.
Do you still do that or no?
No, I use the cord.
It's called wireless.
Yeah, the wireless.
Called suck my ass.
I can't. We have a Discman too in the gym. You have your CD player.
My Walkman. My cassette tape. Put on the tube.
Listen. This is why
the headphones with the foam on them still.
This is why the wire in the mouth is a habit, and I can click. I plug it into a fucking iPod or an iPod Touch.
You have an iPod? Shut the fuck up. That's fucking hysterical. Tell me it has the wheel on it too from like fucking 2005 on it.
It's horrible.
What the fuck? I didn't know they even used them. Like, I don't know if you can even use them still. I know.
So wait, you still download music and put it on there?
Of course, yeah, and yeah, of course. And hold on, but listen, ready? I don't want to be bothered in the gym. I don't want to listen to my phone go off. I don't want to hear a text message. I don't want to fucking listen to
hysterical, bro. That is hysterical.
That's why you guys think I fucking like me getting mad about fucking tripods and shit. Is like I fucking can't stand it.
You have a fucking iPod with downloaded music on it. I can't. You have a fucking iPhone in your hand.
I won't use it. Look at Seth.
I don't know why I think it's so fucking funny, but it is.
I'll send you a picture of it tomorrow when I'm at the gym.
Does it have the wheel that spins?
I have the one that has the wheel that spins is on my Stairmaster downstairs.
Oh my god!
It has the chrome back.
It's actually the original iPod. I'll take a picture of it.
Bro.
Oh,
Did they?
my-
What are you going to do?
You know
when
what
it
the
breaks?
original
What are you
one
gonna
in
do
the
when it breaks? They
I'm
don't
gonna
make
down.
those anymore.
I'm gonna save all the music and I'm gonna fucking put it in a museum.
My God.
You know the original iPhone just sold for like retarded money in a box, like
No shit.
hundreds
Really?
of millions of dollars. Yeah, it's insane.
Wasn't it like the iPhone
first
3 was the first one? It was like the iPhone 3 they
It's
called
just
it. Right?
iPhone. It was just iPhone, I think.
It had like the big.
I remember
fucking-
standing in line
bubble-
outside the
bubble
Apple
back.
store in high school for 2 days getting my iPhone.
Is that when all the fucking Nick Trigili fake news started? When you
That's
got
when
your
it
first
started
iPhone?
that year. Yeah.
Your fucking first
freshman
iPhone?
year of high school.
Well, listen, we've been
Yeah.
on for over 2 hours, and I want to say how we this all started about talking about how this started, and I still don't know how this happened, because all I remember is I went to Seth on 2 different occasions to do a podcast. Me and Seth said we're going to do something, but we don't know what. And then me and Nick started our podcast, and then we obviously have Mutant in the Mouth, which we still have, which is our own thing. And then you came on one episode, and now there was 4 of us, and I don't even know how this started.
I mean,
how did this happen?
Nick and I've been friends for years here. So I mean,
which Nick? Because Nick Trigili's here on me, and Nick Walker's down here.
So Trigili. I remember whenever he was he was helping me out whenever I had questions about how to get huge back in 2018. He was 300
Get out of here.
pounds of shit. And I'm like, hey, Nick. I was like, Nick, dude, you got it. I saw that picture of you out with your girl and your friends. I was like, you got to start doing some cardio in the morning, dude. Like you don't look good. He's like,
in 2018, when you looked like a fat alcoholic.
I was 350. Yeah, I was like 350. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll never forget the picture. You were in a black shirt and you were out with
his gelled hair.
Yeah.
I had hair. then, yeah.
And I was like, hey, you just gotta start waking up and doing some cardio, dude. He's like, I know.
Well, it all happened. It was New Year's Eve. I went out New Year's Eve. My pants and my shirt ripped when I was out that night. And I was wearing 4XLs.
Yeah. And that's when
I was like, I got home so depressed. I was drunk. I was high. I was like, this is horrible. I felt horrible.
Whenever you and I started becoming really good friends.
Walker, did you know Nick back then or no? Like that?
Nick hated me back then.
I don't think I hated you yet. Did I hate you then?
I remember
you and Dom broke up.
I remember there was a time when
Nick's going there.
Wilkes.
Nick's going there.
Yep, here we go.
I wasn't going to.
He waited 2 hours to say this.
Yeah. We're about to end the podcast. He's like, now I'm coming in with it.
I need to know if it's true, right? So me and Kyle Wilkes.
We got 2 more hours.
Me and Kyle Wilkes filmed it was actually Matt Jansen's site at the time, and Joe Reiser filmed it.
Cam Jensen. Yeah, Cam Jensen, yeah.
Venture Fitness. And I had one of the workers come up to me and said, Nick Trigili called and said, you guys have to get the fuck out of this gym. He said, you guys aren't allowed in this gym.
No fucking way. Nick Trigili, you tell the fucking truth right now.
I did do that 100%.
Oh my God. No way. Are you serious? For what reason? You fucking loser.
I'm laughing so hard.
This is why everybody hates. This is why people hate your guts.
It wasn't because of Nick. It was because of Kyle at the time.
This is great. I'm so excited.
Oh,
I love how the fucking dirt from like all this shit just fucking unravels.
I forgot what Kyle did. I'm trying to remember what the fuck he did. I called.
Had to be something with a girl. Had to be something with a girl or gear.
Yeah.
No, it had something to do with like money or something. Like he went behind my back with something, and then we're friends now. Though I love Kyle, but back then I hated him.
Like 2018.
That was when he was working for Phil Viz as like an apprentice coach or something.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
I think they had a falling out or something.
No, that was after. He was with Johnny at the time.
I was with Johnny then. I'm trying to remember what it wasn't because of Nick. I didn't call because of Nick. It was because of Kyle. I'm trying to remember
But the
what
way
the fuck it was.
This guy like came up to us because we were like in the middle.
Chris? Was it Chris? Was it the manager? The guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was my boy.
I was middle I just got done doing this hard leg set, and this guy's like, "Hey, Nick Trigili called, and you guys aren't allowed in here, but we're you guys can finish your workout.
I know what it has to do with. I know what it has to do with. I just
I'm over here huffing and puffing. I'm like, what the fuck?
What was it about? Can you say it?
Remember Joe Reiser? You know Joe Reiser?
Yeah, Real Muscle. Yeah, Joe's a great kid.
Yeah. So something happened. You know what I'm talking. I'm trying to remember the whole story in my. I'm literally don't remember the whole story. I remember connecting it right now.
I know what you're talking about now.
It was about filming, and I got pissed at Joe. I think that's how it started.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
I think I fired Joe, and I think he was shooting Kyle in that gym that day.
Did. Yep. Kyle and me.
I told. And then Joe, yes, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, perfect. That's what it was. Now I remember. So Joe used to work for me full time, and I fired
didn't know that.
And then he wouldn't give me back my hard drive, all my stuff. I was like, give me my fucking hard drive. He's like, no. He's like, I'm not giving it to you for whatever reason. I was like, okay, you want to play that game? So he went behind my back to go film him at Signature, and I found out Joe was there filming them, trying to make money behind my back, getting there for free. I was like, kick that fucking kid out right now.
Good for you, Joe Reiser. I love Joe. I think Joe's a great kid. Good for you, Joe. Make your money.
Joe were in Signature. I was working at Signature, like memberships and like doing training and stuff and filming my content in there. And then like I found out Joe was there behind my back. I was like, that motherfucker, get the fuck out.
Look at how corny we can be as men sometimes. Cornballs.
Oh, it was so funny.
Well, listen, this is
you brought that up right now.
This is why this is funny, because we're all from like the same area, and like fucking it's hilarious how like we all fucking like have ran into the same small circle of people over the fucking years.
And people wonder why I'll joke around because like being friends with you guys, and even like Guy, your personality, and Nick, I'm like, you're East Coast dickheads. I was like, it's not.
Yeah, but I don't understand how people hate me and fucking I get shadow banned and canceled half the time, and people like Seth Feroce for fucking president. I'm like,
you guys are different. Like, so put it this way: I went up to you guys are way different. No, you guys are just fucking straight dickheads. It's in your blood. If you're born on the East Coast, it's just like in you. It's like inbred, like you're raised with it. So the first time I've never had like bagels from New York. Like everybody talks about the water and the pizza dough.
Jersey, you gotta have Jersey bagels.
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't fucking know. So whenever I went up to see Vincenzo, he took me to a bagel spot, and he's like, dude, you're gonna love these bagels, because I'm a breakfast sandwich guy.
They're the best.
So, and I have manners. Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am. This is great. We're in this bagel shop, and it's busy as fuck. This dude walks into this fucking bagel shop like he owns a fucking place. Yankees hat on, big fucking 6'2", like a larger guy, pretty thick. And he comes in. He's like, I need a dozen egg, a dozen this, and a dozen this. All right, yeah, that's what I want. I want this. And lady's like, okay, right away, yeah, da-da-da. And like she gives it to him, and I'm like, this fucking guy just walked in like he owned the place, said all this, and she had no problem doing it, like, because it was fast. It happened all so quickly. And I'm over here like, I'll take a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, please. And she looks like annoyed with me because I'm fucking taking forever. And I'm like, this place is not me. This is East Coast dickhead territory, and I do not belong in this bagel shop right now. Because it was so fast and like everything.
That's when you got to beat. Vince should have been like, hey, what do you like? Let me know.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll order it. Yeah,
that's what I'll do.
Because he's like, I want
glove service.
I'll take this. And but whenever you're doing the transaction, he's like, thank you. But like when you're ordering, it's like fucking. It was just.
Seth, how do you think I feel now being in fucking Georgia? No one moves fast here. It's like,
oh my god, they move in reverse where you are,
dude. For sure,
bro, it's bad. It's bad.
No, it's like it's normal.
I don't even wait for checkouts. I just go to the fucking the check. Like I just cut everybody. I just walk by.
Do you want regular, premium, or super?
Well, you know what sucks?
That diesel gas
though. No one's fucking pumping my gas anymore. That does suck.
Jersey, that's the best part about Jersey. I ain't got to get out of my fucking any one of my cars.
That's not normal, dude. That's weird. The whole Jersey.
Wait, hold on, Seth. Back up, Seth. Hold on, back up, Seth. Hold on.
What's the other one besides Jersey?
It's like another weird shit state, like Rhode Island or something.
Hold on, Seth's been trying to argue with me this entire podcast. He told me the other day. He's like, I just want to get into an argument with you. How do you work at a gas station and you think it's weird that the motherfucker doesn't pump your gas?
I think it's dangerous we have to pump our own gas.
I think it's weird that somebody is coming up to pump your gas.
Oh, I don't think that's weird at all. I think it's a service.
But that's giving somebody a job.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm not saying.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather in rain, sleet, snow get out and pump your gas and be fucking aggravated?
No,
I have never.
Never.
In my
It doesn't
entire
know
life,
any different though.
Yeah, there's no full service places. There's never been full service places. I never understood it. I don't understand. I go and I'm like, this guy's coming up there just to pump the gas. Like I don't know. It never.
It's technically illegal to pump your own gas.
Jersey, it's illegal. Joe does it half the fucking time in Quick Check. It gives me anxiety because he has got no fucking patience. But I don't do it. I wait for the motherfucker to come to my car. And I'm like, fill bitch up. Premium.
Yeah.
I'm paying fucking $3.30 a gallon. I ain't pumping shit. How's that? All right. I ain't pumping shit.
I can't. I just never. Whenever we went there, and like I remember the first time because we were there for a trip, and he went to fill up. He got out and he's like, no, back in the car. And he's like, what do you mean back in the car? He's like, I pumped. He came over and he pumped the gas for him. Yeah, he's like, I pumped.
Nick, do you ever pull up the gas stations, Walker or Trigili? Like, because I've done it. Like I'll be out of state and I'll pull up to a gas station and I'll just like sit there and be like,
bro, I did it for like the first 6 months here. I didn't get out of the car.
Why the fuck is nobody coming up? And then I'm like, fuck, I'm not in Jersey.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Florida, I was like, oh shit.
Months. My wife doesn't even know how to pump gas. I have to do it every time. Like she has no idea to even fucking do it.
Really?
Oh, most people don't though. Like a lot of my friends, like their wives, are like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. Like I make my husband go or whatever. Yeah, like no one does it.
I mean,
it's weird.
I mean, I guess I can understand that it is actually, now that you're saying it, like the safe thing. But I mean,
I get nervous when people used to smoke cigarettes and do it. That's why I used to get a little nervous. People smoke cigarettes and fucking pump gas.
Yeah, you shouldn't. He said you shouldn't do that. Oh,
well, that was I used to see all the time. That's where I'm like, people are dumb though. People don't know that though.
Seth, I had the fire trucks here on Thursday last week.
What happened?
Over the internet.
So my dad comes over.
I'm gonna tape this so I can do a story on it.
I'm going to do a story on your popcorn lung you're giving yourself by smoking a vape pen. So my dad comes over because he comes over every year and helps me do my garden. So I got compost delivered. I got 2 yards of compost delivered. So, he comes over and we shovel it. We go, we rototill it, and we add the compost and coffee grinds and grind it and whatever. Before that, he's like, get your flamethrower. Let's burn the weeds and rototill it before we start putting the new compost in. I said, all right. So I fill it with gas, and as I take the fucking the top off the gas can, it's because it's metal and it's because it's pressurized. So I take put gas in it, close it, bring it out to the back. I put on one of the straps and I grab the gun, flip the button, and I bleed the trigger because I knew there was pressure in it from the can. So I wanted to bleed the trigger. I bled the trigger and I put it on the ground because I noticed after I bled the trigger, I turned and I'm like, the hose wasn't connected. And we always do it with the hose connected because God forbid it gets out of control. There's the hose there that can fucking, shoot the water. So I put it down and I go to turn around and to get the hose. And then when I actually went to go around to get the hose, I realized there was no hose and I had to tell my dad to bring the hose around. Well, I turn around and I hear like, and I'm like, dude, I turn around. We figured out later on, because it happened again, that when you hit the trigger, it almost acts like a lighter. And at the end of the flamethrower, there's like a little flame. And then after like 5 seconds, it goes away. When I put it on the fucking ground, I didn't realize that it was there and it caught the grass.
Pilot light?
It was like a little pilot light on the end of it. And it caught, and I have what's called Bermuda bluegrass, which is, it almost turns to like hay when it dies. Bro, I turned around 15 seconds. Seth, I turned around. half my fucking my garden was up in fucking flames. Okay.
Wow.
So then I'm fucking screaming. I run around the house to my dad to get the hose. He grabs the hose. Then I realize I never turned the water back on from the winter because you got to shut your outside faucets off. So I never turned the fucking faucet water back on. So I'm screaming at my dad to turn the line back on. He turns the line back on. I'm trying to attach the hose. I can't get the hose attached because the fucking it's just so finally I get the hose. I call 911 because now the fucking flame is like 8 feet from my house, and I'm like, this is not going to go over well. So we literally, I'll show you. This is how close the flame got to my fucking house, bro.
You called like I called 911. My house.
I called 911.
Yeah, bro, dude.
Garden's on fire.
So, I don't know if you can see. All that is all burnt. See all that? All that black?
Yeah.
My house.
Well, charred?
Yeah. So my house, see this side? My house is right over here. And that's how close it got. Once it got to there, I was like, I ain't playing with this. I called 911. Me and my dad got it out before anybody fucking before the fire trucks like got here and shit. But you know how embarrassing it was? They're like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. We're using the rototill. Because I was like, flamethrower is it's legal. But when you get a flamethrower, the first thing people say is you're gonna burn your fucking house down. Why are you gonna use a flamethrower? So I can't be the guy that actually almost burns his house down using a flamethrower because he got a flamethrower. So they got him like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. I just used my rototill in the fucking garden and just fucking went up in flames.
I don't know what happened.
Going up in flames.
Hopefully the Branchburg PD don't watch this fucking this. Shout out to the Branchburg PD and fire department for coming through because they fucking definitely helped me out.
Before we sign off, because I know you guys probably have to go. What are we doing? This bi-weekly? What do we agree on? What do you want to do?
I don't. So this is the thing. So I guess maybe we should have people comment below and tell us what we think because this was kind of like a. This just happened. This just kind of. I don't even. There's no. This didn't like. We still don't know how this happened. Somebody. How did this happen?
Just blame me.
I brought it up to you. You hit me up and you were like, "Hey, we should do a podcast."
This was a while ago. Are you talking about bringing you on Mutant in the Mouth? Or are you talking about prior
to Mutant in the Mouth? And then I was like, I saw the episode that you did with Trigili, and I was like, if there was ever something that would be a fucking shit show and could cause a little bit of ruckus, it would be the four of us getting together and doing it.
Yeah, yep. But what I was saying is prior to that, like 2 years ago, I hit you up about doing a podcast.
Yeah,
years ago.
Thick of fucking mayhem building.
Yeah, you were like, dude, I
was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You were like, I'll come on your podcast whenever you want. You're like, but I'm so fucking busy, bro. You're like, but yeah, I mean, listen, you guys let us know what you think. We should do bi-weekly, weekly. This kind of this. I mean, we've been on for Christ over 2 hours, and I haven't even asked questions yet. Like I had things I wanted to ask fucking Seth and shit because I've never even had a chance to even talk to Seth like this. So
I think if we do a podcast, though, I think we should have some structure to it at some point.
Yeah.
So I guess
like segments, not structure, just like some segments, like bodybuilding topics. Like just some idea what we're going to talk about.
I have a million questions. I mean, I have a million questions that I want to ask Nick.
Yeah, I mean, there's so like we haven't even
today. And about like how, like, I mean, he's a hot.
It could be different every week.
Yeah,
we can always change it up.
Like we should do it weekly.
Yeah, weekly.
Well, do you guys have time to do it weekly? I'm asking.
Yeah, but Nick, you say you want to do it weekly, and you're the fucking first one late to this one.
He's getting a shower,
and you showered. You got to be at least willing to not shower once in a while.
You were late to your own podcast every time we did it, bro.
Yeah, but you love, but you love me no matter what.
The first podcast I've been late to, even on Fool Ass podcast.
I'm not going to complain about people being late because I'm late for everything, so I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to complain.
Well, listen, the reason why, so I'm always late to bro chat because, and I'm late to the gym because every time I'm on time, I end up waiting for somebody. So today, I was on time. And everybody, the first time I'm on time for something and everybody else is late.
That's fine. Be on
I
time,
wasn't
man.
late. I just knew everyone else was late, so I was just taking my time.
But I wasn't late. I was on time.
He was on time though. He was in here sitting by himself.
So all right,
I think if we're gonna do it weekly, we gotta just stick to a time every day, every week, you know what I'm saying? Unless something happens.
all right, we're not gonna
obviously.
fucking have this debate while everybody's paying attention when we don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm gonna end this fucking podcast.
If it's
Right,
on
so
the calendar, I'll be there.
Yeah. So hold on. So you guys don't hang up, but for everybody out there watching,
guys
fucking
hang up.
appreciate you, Nick and fucking Seth. Thanks for coming on. We're gonna fucking figure this out behind the scenes, but you got to have to listen to this fucking nonsense. So until next time, I don't know what this is, but Mutant in the Mouth time +2. We're outie.
No.
I'm gonna go pee.